Welcome back to another episode of the Other Comic Book Show, and happy May the 4th.
Brian changed very quickly there.
Hey, Brian. Oh, hey.
Same Brian, homie.
Brian. Oh,
Same
my
Brian, homie.
There
Hey,
goes
Brian.
Brian.
Oh God, I'm trying to fix my camera so it doesn't.
Stop grabbing me, Brian. That's inappropriate. Stop it.
Tune in Tokyo.
YouTube StreamYard is not the place for inappropriate touching by guests. Please, thank you very much.
Whatever you say.
Unless you're on a Mac streamer, you reach across and just strangle one of his guests. Just saying.
Jeez.
So, what's going on, everyone?
You'd have to see him behind the avatar first.
And Sticks Boy, I sent you an invite because I don't need you whining in the chat. So come on and whine on the panel. All right. Let's say hi to everyone. We got Dan's Comic Corner. Good evening, everyone. Please sub up to Dan's Comic Corner. Pretty good content. He's from up north. Let's go. Hey, Nerdy Geek. May the 4th be with us always. Then we have Mwamba. Hello, saw Thunderbolts yesterday. Freaking loved it. And Sticks, no Spaceballs. There goes the internet. Terry Floyd. Hey, what's up, buddy? Tyson. Thought I'd stop by and say hi.
What? Still in the colon, I see.
Sticks Boy, I'm not whining. Shut up and just get on the panel. So, this was free comic book weekend, free comic book day. Saturday, a lot of people had fun posting pictures. I hung out with Sticks Boy for the majority of the day. We went to three comic shops. He went to 4. It was fun. We went to freaking Sonic, worst food ever. Ugh.
Really?
Never
Get a
even-
smash. Their smash burgers are fantastic.
Good desserts.
Everything was so salty.
They have good
Oh,
desserts.
that's Sonic though. I mean, come on, bro.
Grumpy. Hashtag ARP. Hey, Mama Bear. What's going on?
Sorry,
Yeah, it was
I
just-
never knocked the Sonic
the camera's
desserts.
pissing me off.
I don't know. The fries were super salty and they were kind of burnt.
They had fries. You didn't get tots. Dude, who
What?
goes
I don't
to Sonic
know.
and
This is
gets
only my
fries,
second
man?
time eating at Sonic ever.
Sonic and tots. We have chili dogs and tots.
That's the only reason you go there. Their burgers are trash, except for their new smash burger, which is phenomenal.
No one tells me this stuff.
You should have
Jeez.
asked. Should have said,
You know,
"Hey,
I-
Brian, I'm out of Sonic. What should I get?"
So
If it's in the morning, get a breakfast burrito because those are fire.
Chili dogs and chili cheese tots. That's what Sonic's good for.
Basically, more or less.
See, when you're down south, you just ditch all that bullshit. You just go to Waffle House and live it right.
Fair enough.
I
I'm-
did, Mwamba. I just saw Thunderbolts today, just a little while ago, actually.
before
I've
we
not
get
yet
into
to see
any,
it, but I'm happy. to see people like
before we get into a discussion, I have a bone to pick with one of my friends, fellow YouTuber, Mad Max, the Mandalorian, over at Movie Madness Entertainment. You know, I'm just gonna say this: if you're gonna make streams about content, watch the goddamn content before you make streams about it and have an opinion about it. Because Max, you haven't seen Thunderbolts, you haven't seen Andor, but you've made multiple streams about these projects. Just saying. And welcoming to the stage, we have Matt from Heroes for Hire Comic Club. What's going on, buddy?
May the 4th be with you.
What's up,
May the
man?
4th be with you.
What's going on?
Hey guys, good to see you.
I just get the value menu
Sorry
burger
I'm late.
and a large onion rings and a hot fudge shake and maybe a couple corn dogs for later.
Oh, they're
I'm a sucker for a chili dog. Any place that serves hot dogs, I'm just a sucker for. I can't.
And they're
I can't
good.
help it.
They're good.
Hey,
man.
Swagger.
Telling you.
So
I had Sonic yesterday. Mozzarella sticks and jalapeno poppers. Bang bang.
I will say this. I'm going to give my full on Thunderbolts review tomorrow night on Monday Madness. But I will say this. It was just another MCU movie for me. It felt the same. That's just me.
I mean, that's all they are at this point, really.
You know, it's not. I see people saying it's
Another episode.
groundbreaking. It's the best thing ever put out.
Okay, look,
I just didn't see that myself.
it's a good allegory for mental health.
Yes.
There's a lot of dealing with your
That's
demons
what
in
I
it.
heard.
It's a great movie, in my opinion. It's a good
Yeah.
movie. Not great. It's not like one of the best MCU, but it's a good movie. There's a lot of good pathos in it. There's a lot of good heart in it. And I mean, it's worth giving it a watch. That and Sentry is actually terrifying.
That's all I want. I just
Sentry
wanna be,
was
if I see a movie, I just want to be entertained anymore. I'm
Yes.
not
Yeah.
looking for.
There's not a
You know,
huge
It's
not
not
a huge
Fellini.
amount,
It's not not
There's
Scorsese. I'm not expecting that.
there's not a whole lot of like that Marvel humor. I mean, there is some of it because you're not gonna ever escape the Marvel humor, but there's not it's not overpowering in the movie. And most of it is Red Guardian, which he's fun. David Harbour does really good with Red Guardian. So,
Yeah, I've been saying this since I've seen it. It's for me, it's not a Thunderbolts movie. It's Black Widow Part 2.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
because-
I guess you could
because
look
you
at it
put
like that.
A large chunk of the cast from Black Widow 2 in the movie.
That's true.
There's only one thing in that movie that kind of pissed me off, but I'm not going to give any spoilers. So, it's something that happens at the first part of it.
Yeah. You know, and there's a lot of things that happen in that movie that were not addressed at all from the first act to the last act. I'm like, what? We're just gonna gloss over what happened in the first act? Really? Okay.
Oh no, they didn't gloss it over. They were following it pretty much through the whole movie, but it was the villain of the movie, the true villain of the movie, just like stringing things together to try to save her own ass, is what it was.
Yeah. I don't know. If you have a problem with Captain America Brave New World being a Hulk sequel, you should have a problem with this being a Black Widow sequel.
I have not a problem
They're
with
all
that.
goddamn
Those are good
sequels.
movies.
They're all
Yes,
just
thank you,
continuations of the
Joe.
story in the same
Thank
fucking
you,
universe.
Thank
So
you for saying
they're
that.
all
I
basically
understand.
sequel movies. I mean,
And the end credit scene, the mid credit scene is pretty funny. The end credit scene is great.
Movie's a sequel. In the MCU.
Yeah.
Standalone sequels.
That end credit scene is pretty cool.
Hey, Terry Floyd. I mean,
I have no notes.
Joshua
I haven't seen
Davis.
it yet.
no, I will say this: go see it for yourself. Don't take my opinion. I'm a DC fanboy and always will be.
How was Ken Yen as Sentry?
That wasn't Kenyon, but yeah, sure. It was Bill
No?
Pullman's son, Louis Pullman.
Oh, welcome to the stage, Rebel Scum 73.
What's up?
I actually like that better than Six Boy, actually.
Oh, get out of here.
All right, let's roll into the show. We got some great content. We're going to talk about some Star Wars books, which we hardly ever do here. These are strictly going to be cover buys. I don't care about canon, first appearance, second appearance. These are just cover buys and books that look nice when I saw them. That's it, pretty much.
When you sort of.
Because I do not read Star Wars books. I'm not going to read Star Wars books. I don't care. I tried, what was the one? Bounty Hunters. Meh. And we're going to do a tier list of Star Wars live action projects. So get ready for some hot
live action
takes.
projects or movies? They're all
It's gonna
live
be
action
Live
projects.
action shows and
Oh
movies.
man,
So this should be fun.
Somebody's
I already
gonna
got
be
pushed back.
Somebody's
in some
gonna
of
be
this
all
boy.
acolyte butthurt during that tier list.
Oh,
Is-
please.
Brian, are you in the?
Did we get to
Is
talk
Brett-
about the Star Wars holiday special and that shit show it was?
No, I left the holiday special off. It was so bad it wouldn't even go to
It's live
dumpster
action.
fire.
The
Like,
Lego
this-
one, the Lego one was
Battle of
good.
Endor with the Ewoks. Did you get that?
Already
one?
got an
Oh, but
asterisk
not
on this tier
Ewoks.
list.
Ewoks and Christmas special is not on the list. I
Asterisk.
got it.
With an asterisk on this list, then.
Been watching Star Wars all day.
I don't work.
After the stream, I'm going to watch.
There you go.
Lumpy.
What
Yay.
the hell? No, Lumpy.
Oh, Lumpy.
I want the B. Arthur figure.
Yeah, I
I've
need
never
a
seen the
VR
holiday
figure.
special. Was it that bad?
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's
This,
on
by the
YouTube.
way, is done by Tim Barron, who
Dude, it's
I'm
got
warning you.
Jefferson Starship
I'm
in it,
warning you.
man.
It's got like Richard Pryor in it and B. Arthur, and it's kind of weird. What's his name from The Honeymooners is on it? Art Carney.
Oh wow.
Okay.
that figure was done
Very
by Tim
weird.
Barron, who did all the grommets.
Yeah, like Diane
Exclusives.
Ross on it.
Really?
or some shit, too.
Had everything. That holiday special had everything. I mean, it even had softcore Wookiee porn. So
It had
Whoa,
logos.
whoa,
That's all
whoa.
that matters.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it
whoa,
did.
come on.
Yeah.
It's a family show.
Begins and ends with Lumpy.
yeah,
What show? What family show are we talking about? I don't see a family show.
I don't know. I think it's a family show. I try to think of
family
who's-
show.
I don't know whose family.
Manson
Yes, I agree,
It's
Terry.
a
I'd
Manson
rather
family
watch
show.
the holiday special than those Scooter kids.
Scooter
So-
kids.
Yeah, from Book of Boba Fett.
The
so.
the Power Rangers.
The
Runs
Power
the-
Rangers.
The
Scooters?
Vespa gang. Yeah.
Hey, leave the Vesta gang alone. All right.
Yes.
They need love too. Please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And make sure you subscribe to Heroes for Hire Comic Club, Six Boy 73, Renovision, and any channel that's affiliated with Kingdom of Nerds. So we'll kick it off with some pickups, then we'll move into our regularly scheduled program. Let's see. I picked up Transformers, Friendship in Disguise, My Little Ponies crossover, 1 through 4.
It's a winner.
That depresses me that's a thing.
There's totally
And they have
covers in there, aren't there?
Transformers, My Little Pony, The Magic of Cybertron. They only have one issue, so I had to get the rest for that series.
Oh man.
The Black Mirror Free Comic Book Day book,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
the best
great art.
I should have gotten that.
Screw you, Terry. Screw you, Terry.
one.
Godzilla New Heroes. Marvel Voices. Mark Spears Monsters Zero. Shut up. More Godzilla. All In Unlimited. Superman Unlimited. Diablo. Mega Man. Amazing Spider-Man. Free Comic Book Day. I don't know how this got here. Another Mark Spears. Another Black Mirror. Another Spider-Man. Another Godzilla. Fantastic Four. Another Spider-Man. Of course, the Monsters Zero exclusive. I forgot what shop did this. Pin Apocalypse.
Cool.
More Pin Apocalypse.
That's good.
More Pin Apocalypse.
Sveta.
And I'll just show this one because I love this. I got my Vampirella Mind Warp number 2 metal back. Yeah, 9.6. I'll take a 9.6.
There we go.
It just happened to be a Mark Spears cover.
Just happened to be.
Just happened to be. You want to go next, Matt?
Yeah, I'll go. If they don't want to see more Mark Spears, they're going to have a bad problem with this one. All right. I went to the free comic book day at Nirvana Comics in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Mark Spears was signing books.
There you go.
So I went, and Bruce put in a word for me, and he really helped me out. Really super nice guy. But I've not met a lot of artists, but I'm telling you what, very humble, nice Southern gentleman.
Mark's a
Is
good
what I'll
guy.
say about Mark. I got this one signed. I got the exclusive while I was there. He actually gave this one to me.
Nice.
So
Nice.
got the Megatron. I got the G.I. Joe exclusive. Got them all signed. I got the this one signed. I wish he hadn't signed it. I don't care. You can still see it though, but it's signed in the where the sleeves at.
Yeah.
And I got this one signed.
Oh, thank you. My Precious Collectibles did the Zero exclusive for Mark's for the Free Comic Book Day. My Precious Collectibles.
I got the Return of the Living Dead signed.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I got so I had to patronize the shop too, because that wouldn't be right. You didn't do that. You got to support local businesses.
Agreed.
Do we
Lost
really? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I hope so. Lost Fantasy #1.
Such
I
a
got
good
their.
review.
They had an in-store exclusive for Bitterroot #1, so I got it.
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
that's nice.
And then I got
Yes.
that because
Space
Bruce
Man.
said it was good. And I got issue 2 just so I would know what was going on. And then I got the Gleason foil for Godzilla versus Spider-Man. Looks like Spider-Man's in deep shit. Then while I was there, I said, why not? I didn't get these signed, but I didn't want to push my luck, you know.
Yeah.
Got that one, and then I got 2 pairs are better than 1, so I got 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
2 pairs are always better than 1.
And then I got some back issues because they had a 2-for-1 deal, so I
That's
got
some huge tracts of land you got there, man.
yeah,
Oh, look at that.
you got Dazzler #1.
Nice.
First
You got
direct only.
Avengers 239.
Nice
David
little
Letterman.
cover.
David Letterman.
Oh, you let him in.
And I got the some G.I. Joe. We got 59,
Oh, I had that. I had that as a kid.
79. Special Missions #10. And Special Missions #11. And I can show you some of the free stuff I got too. I
Those
won't go all of it.
missions things were good.
I got of course I got that. Goes without saying.
Did they limit you for how many free comic books you can get at the store?
You only get 1 each. I got
Okay.
Energon, but you can get everything, but there's only 1 of each.
Okay.
I got the Energon.
That's fair.
I got the Posty comic, Big Rig. Phantom. I heard this is really good.
I
I
should
haven't read it yet.
My shop still has some if you want one.
6, can you grab me one? Thank you.
Godzilla, the New Heroes. I didn't get the Boom. I didn't get to get the Boom 20 or Hulk Teach, or and I didn't get Marvel Voices, but I think Swag's going to give me a copy of it.
Oh.
I got the All-in-One. I didn't get the one, the foil one. I didn't even see it. I should have asked. I didn't know there was a foil one until I got back. So, or I would have bought it.
Yeah, I think they were charging like $10 for it.
I would have bought it.
Yeah.
For sure. We got the Ultimate Universe Incursion, I guess, preview. Got this one, and I really thought this one's cool. I looked through this one. Bad Idea. It's called Planet Earth. It's in newsprint. It's really cool. The art's really great in it. Then I got Conan, Scourge of the Serpent.
I didn't see that one.
That's a good one.
And
They had it.
Oh, they did? I didn't see it.
Gargoyles Demona. I got Def Leppard Hysteria because I'm an 80s kid.
There you go.
Nice.
Got Transformers, Worst Bot Ever.
I meant to pick that up. I forgot about that book. 6?
Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. I don't know. He must have accidentally gave me 2 of these.
Oh, I didn't get that either. Sticks?
Bruce,
I didn't see that. I didn't see that one.
I didn't see that
got
one
you.
either.
Bruce,
No.
I got you. You want it?
Thank you. I'll send you one of my, I don't know, I'll send you something.
Was that a free comic book day one?
All
That
right,
blood
send me
type?
something. I'll throw
Yeah.
something else in there. As a surprise. Yeah. Gundam #1. The best of 2000 AD.
That's a good.
I am the law. Now, of course, I got the Black Mirror.
Yep.
And I got why not? I got Archie's Comic Spectacular,
Especially with Sabrina on the cover, can't go wrong.
Power Rangers Prime, and then last one I got was Street Fighter versus Rival Schools.
Hey,
That's what I got.
Trev,
That was
what's going
my
on?
first free comic book day.
Nice. Did you enjoy the experience?
I did. I can't wait till next year.
Scared me. All right.
Sticks, you're up, Sticks.
All right. Let's go
Oh,
through
Rebels,
what I picked up. Of course, I got to spend some time with Bruce for some reason. I don't,
you like hanging out with me.
whatever.
Wow. You know I'm your favorite.
So we went to what? 3 shops? 4 shops?
3 or 4 shops. I can't remember. It was
Yeah.
all a blur.
And there was a couple things else we could have done that I didn't even know were going on. One shop we stopped at had some boxes that were 4 for $1. So I picked up a Booster Gold.
Nice.
I got a GI Joe
Oh,
newsstand.
nice.
Nice.
That was in the 4-foot box.
Yep.
Wow.
I picked up a couple of the. I think I've got one somewhere. I picked up Warrior Nun, Ariella, 2 and 3.
No, Ariella.
I thought it said
Thought
areola.
What
That's
did I say?
Areola.
Areola? Yeah, I probably did. Put that back there.
God bless the sisterhood.
There you go. I picked up one of the monsters they had left. I got Monsters for Comic Book Day. I picked up a slew because I don't really buy off the rack too much anymore. So I got a bunch of Gatchaman, June the Swan, Ken, and Galador back issues.
99 cents.
Hey, 99 cents each. I'm there.
Yep.
I got a bunch of that. Also out of those $4 for $4. Joe, correct me if I'm wrong. These are Dave Stevens covers?
No.
No, that's not.
Or are these
that's
not? Are these not the Dave Stevens covers?
Those are not the Dave Stevens covers.
No.
Okay.
But
Issue
you can
one.
never go wrong with Zeta covers.
Issue
I like
1 is
these.
Dave Stevens.
Just issue 1. Okay.
Yes.
Now, Bruce, can you tell me why I picked up this book? If not, I'm going to tell you anyway.
I
Because
have
he's
no
not wearing.
idea.
Because Superman's not wearing a shirt.
No, that has nothing to do with Superman not wearing a shirt. That's why Bruce would have picked it up. So
Wow.
inside.
Those were Frizen covers. Travis saying that for
They
the Xena.
look. It looked like Frizen art.
Yeah.
Oh well, you still scored then.
So inside there is a
Booster Gold.
nope. There's a preview issue for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ah.
Really?
Cool.
And it's
I did not know that.
It's a 1, 2. I'll show you the inside. What is the inside? It's like a 7-page Sonic comic in there.
Nice.
What issue was that?
This is Superman issue 62.
There's also, I think, a Justice League Europe book that has the little Sonic.
I think there's a
It's like
Firestorm one as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DC
Batman.
did that a lot with a lot of first issues.
Some of the free books, other free books I got one of last year's Gatchaman. I picked up the Dr. Seuss.
Nice.
I like Dr. Seuss. Can't go wrong with Dr. Seuss. Thundercats, Powerpuff Girls.
I missed that. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
This was from the 4 for $1. I got Twilight Zone number 1.
Cool.
I picked up Spiral Zone.
Hmm.
If you remember Spiral Zone, it was a cartoon back in the.
It's no Atari Force.
No, it's no Atari.
Atari
Batman
Force.
66.
Batman
I love-
66 with Stephen Peele, The Avengers.
Oh yeah, the original,
I go to all red
the
covers.
British Avengers. The British
The
Avengers.
British Avengers, yeah.
God, that was a terrible movie. Remember that Ray Fiennes and Uma Thurman?
That was bad.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
on the TV show.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Connery couldn't even save it.
very, very, very loosely. I found a copy of Queen of the Dead.
Queen of the Damned.
Or Damned, I'm sorry.
Is that the Anne Rice Queen of the Damned?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's my favorite innovation.
That's it. That's in pretty good shape for an innovation book.
Yeah.
It is. It was. It really was. The Muppet Show.
Show.
Hell yeah.
Gonzo.
Yeah, I'm picking up them.
It's time to start the music.
And then now Terminator.
You say Muppets and Crazy Joe appears.
You probably would.
Now
I
you gotta
picked
do it-
this up. Now
you
I
gotta do
told
it
Bruce.
3 times to work.
I told Bruce this was an $80 variant, but in looking it up and see what it's been selling for, it's probably about a $40 in the condition it's in. Amazing Spider-Man 292. This is the Spider-Man Classic Edition, or the So Much Fun Incorporated, kind of like a Whitman variant. It would have came in a pack.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've heard of
How much you
this
paid for
deal.
that?
What, 25 cents?
Nice.
So
Score.
It's sad that Uma Thurman in leather isn't enough to save a movie.
I mean,
Should
Yeah,
have
we
just rolled the original actors out there.
Rosie O'Donnell in leather didn't save Stick Out 2, so
Oh, stick
Oh,
out.
whoa. What?
Star Troop
I get paid,
Troopers.
all right.
Star Troop Troopers, one of the newer series, number 4. And then I picked up a couple of these. I already showed Bruce. This is Superman, Man of Steel, number 57, DCU.
Nice. I'm bad
Superman, Man of
influence.
Steel. I know. Now I'm looking for these damn things. Superman 31, DCU. Man of Steel 40, DCU.
How much you pay for those?
And Justice League 62, DCU. And that's how much I paid for it.
$1. You can
$1.
find DCUs in back issue bins for $1, guys. Don't overpay.
You just got to pull those damn things all the way out to look at the bottom.
Yeah, that's a
I've never seen anyone go through back issue bins as fast as Sticks goes through back issue bins. By the time I looked at 5 books, he had a half a short box filled already. It was insane. I've never
Yeah,
seen that before.
Wait till I come to visit you, Bruce, with some money. You'll see me go through back issue boxes like that too.
I'll send you right to Sticks. You go to his shop with $1 boxes.
They got 25 long boxes of dollar books.
That's
Really?
insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Badass.
I picked up a G.I. Joe Real American Hero. I found this Third Eye Comics Doctor Who variant
Oh, nice.
in the
that's
dollar
cool.
boxes.
Very cool.
One of Joe's favorites, Madame Frankenstein.
I love Madame Frankenstein.
I don't
There's
think I
some
have
great
issue
covers on
1.
this
I have the whole series. I never had issue 1. Now I do.
There's great covers on that series.
Unless I have a variant cover. Unless I was like a variant cover. I picked up Brute Force. If you don't know what Brute Force is, get on it because it's a great series. It's a short run series, so not too hard to find. But I got a lot of stuff. I don't know if you want me to go through
They
everything.
don't smell like
No. We're pressed for time, Sticks. Pressed for
Okay.
time.
Frankenstein. I got some more GI Joe. Oh, I did find this in the back issue bins for $1 that I got
That's
for $1.
nice.
Mommy.
A mummy.
Nice.
I've seen this go for $30, and this is in super condition.
Bruce Force. Yes. I'm going to have my own Kickstarter book called Bruce Force.
Bruce Force, the Bruce Force, yeah. And
Yeah.
then I picked up
I hear the word brute. I think of that cheap cologne.
Oh, that cheap Brute cologne.
Brute. And then I picked up a half a short box of Amazing Spider-Man back issues that I won't go through because there was a lot of them. So that's it for me.
Joe.
I'm just going to show you 2 things.
Thank
Oh,
you.
2 things.
The women books, Joe.
We'll start with
Of
1.
course. Hey, hold up. We're going to have to make you big for that. Wait, where are you? What? Oh,
Joe
there
can
you
do that on his own.
go.
There's number
Yeah.
1.
That will make you big.
There's number 2.
Yeah, that cover will make you big too.
What book
There
is
you
this
go.
again?
That's Pop Kill number 1, the Will Jacket.
That's what I thought. It's Pop Kill. Okay.
That's all I got.
Bruce by Forbage. All right. So,
Fabergé.
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 Listen, I'm on painkillers right now. Leave me alone.
So am I.
I'm on painkillers. All right, let's get into the show. What do we got here? What are we starting with? Let's start with some. All right, first news story of the weekend. Kevin Feige has told colleagues that he has a 10-year plan for the X-Men. Whoop-de-doo.
It's another 3 phases, and I'm in for it because it's X-Men. So you may be apathetic about it, but I'm not.
I'm excited. I want to see what they do with it. I love the X-Men.
Is that Kevin Feige is saying you need to keep me around for 10 years because I have a 10-year plan?
Yes.
But it's
Yeah,
not going
maybe.
after that.
I don't want to be that guy, but I do. Dude, nobody's gonna give a shit in 10 years.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Who knows?
If
Man,
I'm alive,
Again,
they
I'm
give me-
excited for this. You guys may not be, but I had to power through the fucking Avengers for the last 10, 15 years.
I'm
I get you.
I'm here
I get
for it.
you.
I finally get my phases now. Okay.
I'm here for it. I love the X-Men. They're my favorite team. So
Yeah, I just you know what's gonna happen. The nerds will get upset. They'll get tired. Blah
Look,
blah blah.
look.
Nerd, nerd,
Here's the
bitch,
thing.
bitch, nerd.
Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck what they're
So?
gonna get tired about. I don't
they
care.
can all suck it.
And I'll tell you why I don't care. Because I've stopped giving a fuck what these people have to say, dude.
Exactly.
I found the more I cared about what the fuck they had to say, the more I hated these fucking movies. I don't want to hate these movies anymore.
Yeah.
Now, are they fucking cinema? No, definitely not. But they're fun little popcorn movies that you can go have fun with your friends to go see it. And that's all I care about these days.
He has a 10-year plan because that's how long it's going to take to make the next 4 movies.
That's
Whatever,
about right.
Degrassi.
I mean, it's about right.
Well, you don't have to watch it, do you?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to watch them, Degrassi.
You know, as me and Brian have discovered that when you're watching these shows and these movies and all these different parts to MCU, DCU, if you surround yourself with negative people that's going to be negative about these things all the time, you're not going to enjoy yourselves.
Well,
No,
and
so
not
fucking
only
block
that,
them out, dude. Just block
No.
them out.
No, yeah, it's hard when you're on the panel with the bastards.
Can't hear you,
Right.
Brian. You're low.
It's hard to, block them out when you're on the panel with the bastards and you don't want to be completely rude. No, I went on the screed last night on Max's stream, to the max. Check it out. I went on a good rant about comic book fatigue, movie fatigue being real. And I cited myself as a perfect example. Okay. I've been on for 5 years now. When I started, I was probably doing about 4 to 6 hours a night
Yeah.
between 2 channels. Okay. I'm only on maybe once or twice a week if I feel like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's real. If you talk to somebody like my coworker who does not give 2 shits about this stuff, they don't even know. Okay. That's the audience that doesn't give a shit anymore. And that's the one that, actually, pays the money and goes and sees it and you get that word of mouth. The thing is I don't think they'll be making these movies in 10 years unless they're very spread out like they were before.
Yeah, and I mean
No, I'm just-
that'll be great,
I think they should just focus on TV because the movie side of things, it's yielding less and less and less every time they come out.
You don't
Well,
think
there's
we
probably
need
gonna be-
you don't think
there's-
we need a Kitty Pryde TV show?
No.
There's probably going to be a ton of these. There's probably going to be a ton of little TV shows.
If we
for
get
this
Lockheed,
next
if we get
phase.
Lockheed in it, I'm all for it. Give me any comic book content you got. I want it. I don't care how much you put out. Put 50 movies out a year. I don't give a shit. Sorry.
I just wish I just want them to focus more on the animation side. I liked the Spider-Man that they did. X-Men '97 was nice. Just give me some animation. Oh, let me get back into that a bit.
Yeah, it is what it is. It might suck. It might be great. And sad thing is, we'll all still watch it. So it doesn't really matter what we think. They don't care what we think. It's obvious they don't care what we think, or they wouldn't have made. It's obvious that the comic book companies don't give a shit what we think.
No.
Because or otherwise wouldn't have Mary Jane as Venom, right? Okay.
I think it's funny. I will say this. There's no way. People always say they need to listen to the fans. Which fans? The fans that enjoy what happened for the last 10 years, or the fans that hate everything, or the fans that doesn't care about canon and costume accurate superheroes? Who do they listen to?
I would also I would rather prefer the X-Men just be a clean reboot. Like
Me
kill the current MCU line. Just be done with it. Who gives a shit?
Well, I'm going Days
And
of
just-
Future Past. You know what I mean? Reboot the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Just start from scratch.
Yeah, you're right, Grass. I didn't even think of that. You're right. It would be cool to have 4 movies in 10 years at least. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 2 to 3 years between each movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry,
That might be a
First Class,
that might
yeah.
be a better thing too, Degrassi. Also, you got because like you said, there is a real thing on people getting tired of so many movies. Although I don't personally care, but I understand the fatigue. Like damn, there's another movie I got to keep up with. But
I'm too back because I'm not watching either one of the movies that are out now
okay.
until they come out on Disney Plus.
Sorry about that. I had a call interrupt me. What I was about to say. I'm gonna have a little rant for a minute here too, if you don't mind, Bruce.
Sure, go ahead. Your rant's gonna be wrong, but you can rant.
We'll judge it after the rant.
We'll judge it afterwards.
Okay,
you got a 2-minute rant.
Here's
Go
the
ahead.
thing.
The floor is yours.
You want to talk about people being negative and everything like that? Sure, they're going to be negative. Some people are going to be positive. My opinion of it is, you have all of these movies. If you're going to watch them, watch them. If you're not, whatever. Okay. My problem is everybody wants to talk box office and budget and all this other bullshit. Nobody wants to talk about what's actually in the fucking movies.
Nope, you're right.
Like Thunderbolts today, okay? It was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't in-game. It wasn't Iron Man 1. But there was allegory in the movie about mental health conditions. People, they weren't the greatest heroes. Hell, they weren't even heroes. But they were there to protect people. There's a great scene where this piece of rock is going to fall on this woman, and John Walker catches it, and he's holding it, and he's starting to fail. And then one by one, the rest of the Thunderbolts come in and grab that wall. Okay? They do it to save one fucking person. Okay? If people would stop paying attention to box office, budget, woke this, whatever bullshit you want to complain about, and actually look at what's in the fucking movies, maybe you'll enjoy it a little bit more. Just saying.
All right, 2 minutes up. So,
Amen.
I mean, you're not wrong, but detaching yourself from these conversations sometimes really does help.
yes.
Oh,
and
I only go on one show a week now. I only go on with Bruce. That's it.
and also it's when I first started YouTube, Brian knows I was on Max's show 6 goddamn days a week.
Yeah, we did. Well,
It becomes exhausting hearing the same arguments over and over and over, and it makes you not want to. It makes you not want to watch and enjoy this stuff because
Well, that's
somebody's always negative and
Well, that's
complaining
why
about
I declared
something.
last night's stream to be a James Gunn free zone.
But I mean,
Right.
I think people talk about budget because these movies have to be viable. If these movies start not becoming viable, then they're not going to persist.
Some of the greatest movies we love, Joe, like The Thing, like RoboCop. I mean, a lot of these movies were not successful.
Were there 27 things? No, there weren't. And
No, but
was
there's not
the
20.
budget of the thing 180, 200 million? No, it wasn't. I'm not saying the quality of the movie is separate from the amount of money something brings in. The movie could be very good on its own. I think people look at the budget because they want the genre to continue, and the viability of the genre is dependent on it being viable.
Out of all the movies that have been in the MCU, only about 3 have been flops. The rest of them have either broke even or been good movies. Okay, if you really look at the numbers on these MCU movies, call it fatigue if you want to, but I think it's all the negativity out there that's the real problem.
Well, I think it's a small aspect of it, but the negativity that we experience online, the general audience doesn't know and doesn't care.
Well, I used to say this when I was on William's show. John Q and Susie Q Public don't give a fuck about what we think. Okay,
of course.
As YouTubers, we're the 1%. We're the 1%. Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of those movies, why they make it or why they make them in it that they do, is because mom and dad are trying to shut up the kids and want to take the kids to them.
Right.
And even at that, it's either that or mom or dad want to stare at the eye candy on the on the film.
But, back in the day, the only people that ever talked about the budget or what was going on set was the Hollywood Reporter and Variety magazine. Now everybody on YouTube thinks they work for the fucking Hollywood Reporter. They got to tell us about
Exactly,
the
Matt. Exactly.
And okay, I'm not. I didn't tune into YouTube to hear Entertainment Tonight
In
bullshit.
front of 10 people a night, dude. It's like, come the fuck on.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
let's move on because we'll be here all night talking about this.
I will say to that, Bruce is no
Yeah.
Mary Hart.
Whatever.
Oh,
All right, Sinners has earned 33 million in
He's
third
not even a John
weekend.
Tesh.
Third weekend at the domestic box office, just down 28% from last weekend. The Ryan Coogler film has grossed 180 million domestically to date. This is here because I want you guys to go see this movie, regardless of box office, what is made, what the budget was. It's a damn good movie. If
And
you
I'll
want,
say
if you
this-
want original story, original concepts, go see this movie. If you're
And they're
complaining
about
about
to-
that for the last year, go see this movie.
They're about to re-release this in 70 millimeter IMAX,
Yes, and it's sold out.
and it's sold out. This movie had most movies in the second weekend have you want to talk about box office and what you study. Most movies in the second weekend box office do a 50% drop off at the very least. This movie had a 6% drop off in its second weekend. Now it's on a third weekend. It's still making good money. It's only down 28%. And they're about to re-release it on 70 millimeter IMAX. This movie is almost guaranteed its prequel and sequel.
And it's down because Marvel bumped it from all the premium formats.
Sure.
All right. Go see Sinners. That's the moral of the
Please
story.
go see this movie. This movie's great.
Yes.
I can't wait to see it. It's got vampires and blues music in it. I'm down for it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it's a great movie.
Great movie.
Hell, you'll even like the main vampire in this. He's an interesting fellow.
I did like the main vampire. I wanted him to kill everybody.
It's not my particular.
Is it BB King?
Yes.
I'll try.
Next up, this is for Dom. If Dom is watching, Lilo and Stitch is projected to make 140 million. Dom was interested in this, so I put this here. He was supposed to be here, but he's not feeling well. So, Stitch,
I actually, the trailer looks funny. I may actually go see this. I don't know.
I'll probably go watch it.
I'm sure I'll watch it on Disney Plus or something. One of these days.
Lilo and Stitch was one of my, watching a lot of these movies with my kids. This one was I actually like the Lilo and Stitch movies because Stitch is an interesting creature.
It was a fun cartoon. I thought.
Yeah. It had TV series, part 2s, part 3s, whatever. Dom ate too many pickles. Wow. That was unprompted by me. Dom ate too many pickles. Breaking news.
Wow, pickles.
It's hard for me to get to a theater, so I kind of if I would Terry there.
Oh yeah,
that's the whole production. I gotta take a wheelchair,
Yeah.
Hey Matt, don't feel too bad. I've been to 2 movies in the last year, and they were both recently. So
well, a new drive-in theater opened in my area, so I might be getting to go.
There you go. There you
Nice.
go. Drive-ins, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
Drive-ins needs to come back. Drive-ins.
Oh,
are
I
fun.
know, man. That'd be fun. Like,
I'm excited. I can't wait till
There's-
Thunderbolt comes down there.
I had a good time last time I was in a drive-in.
I'm not gonna mention what you were doing, Brian, at that drive-in.
funny is the drive-in.
Putting some butter on the popcorn.
Let's just say I didn't watch
the whole bottom of the bucket.
the Ghostbusters movie that I see.
A lot of drive-ins are like in like isolated areas now. Have you noticed that like little rural
Yeah.
spots getting
Oh,
drive-in
dude, the
theaters
one in Reno is right in the middle of the hood, dude.
right in the hood?
Oh, dude, it's on the corner of Ghetto and Ghetto. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow, in the hood.
Amazing.
It's at the corner of Ghetto and Ghetto.
It's like it's right down the street from my work too. It's pretty funny.
I want to know. In
went and
these,
saw
in these
Ghostbusters
smaller
Frozen.
towns and that have drive-ins, are there women that come up and try to solicit stuff at these drive-ins?
No.
Are you asking
I mean,
if there are lot
literally-
lizards at drive-in
I wanna
theaters?
know. Are there lot lizards at drive-ins?
Drive-in
You know, sometimes there are, which is
Well,
Do they say,
Hey,
"Oh,
that's a place
do
to
they
work.
say,
Like,
"Oh, my teeth"?
a guy shows up by himself at the theater. He goes, "Hey, honey, you need a date for the movie?" You never know.
Yeah.
while prostitution is legal in Nevada, it's not legal in Reno or Vegas. Those are the two counties that do not allow it. But if you just go outside the county line, different story. But down the street from the drive-in movie theaters is where you tend to, where I've heard that they are.
Where there are some drive-in lot lizards, yes.
And
I
depending
love
on-
drive-ins. I wish they would.
Hey, well,
would make a
we
comeback.
should open the first
A companion.
drive-in brothel. There you go.
I like it.
We could,
Like,
we
Yeah.
could print money. We could print money, y'all.
If you're watching a movie and
look
a
out,
woman
Fallon,
comes up to
Nevada.
you,
Here we
And
come.
we'll have a dispensary on the other side in a liquor
Oh.
store. That
There you go. There you go. Right there.
if a woman comes up to you at a drive-in and tells you a gum job will cost extra, roll your window up.
Yeah.
Hey man, you haven't lived
Not-
until you
will not have you besmirch the beauty that is the drive-in theater. It's a wonderful experience.
No, that did it a
They're
long
wonderful
time
places.
ago.
They're good, wholesome places where you can
What-
take a family.
When I walked in
Awesome.
Good
when I was a
stuff.
kid, I don't remember what movie. I want to say it was Batman and Robin in the drive-in, and I think it was for the third time because I like that movie in the theaters. Anywho, there was like feces all over the
Oh.
and it really turned me off. Like we never went back to that theater again.
In case you're watching, I am well behaved when I go on other shows. When I'm on my own show, nah, not so much.
We are not behaved here. We are not behaved
We
at
are
all
not
here.
behaved here.
We're a bunch
Yes,
of
Right.
drive-in
Right, well
massages. Let's go.
Rubbing Tizza.
Drive-in
we're a
massage.
bunch of
Yes.
food barbarians.
Yes. We are a bunch of Vikings here. No, anyway.
All right, let's get into some comic book talk. That's what we're here for. We reviewed and read 3 comics this week. Wait, no,
We
sorry.
are not at the review
Look
section.
out. Yeah, look out. Comic Key, look out. Gum Job just threw me off. Sorry about that. All right, first book up.
Oh no.
Imperial Cadets #1, Alex Ross variant. Last sold for $250 on 4/17/25. CGC 9A high was $650 back in 2022.
Woo!
Last CGC 9A sales $250.
Oh, my glasses back on.
Damn.
6/17/23. This has not sold in a 9.8 since
Which one's
2023.
And what is the significance of this book?
It's just a nice cover. That's all I'm doing. That was
That's a nice cover.
that was the bar for these
Okay.
the key lookouts were nice covers, 1-in-50 ratios, hard to find covers.
So now
it
they have
Ross's
them
first
paying
Star Wars
$250 or
cover?
$650 for it. I'll pay you $6.50 for it.
What was that, Sticks?
Is it Ross's first Star Wars cover?
I have
No.
no idea. Is it?
I don't know.
Hard to believe that.
I mean, Imperial Cadet selling for $250.
That's because it's
Even
everyone's
if it is a
favorite
Ross,
movie, you know. Come on.
that's not
It
exactly.
didn't look
The
sold.
significance is dropped $400. That's why it has this. No, this is the Gracia said this is not Alex Ross' first cover, Star Wars cover.
I think so. I mean, there's so many of these little.
His first
Star
cover
Wars
art
series.
was Marvel Comics #1.
No, his first
Yeah,
comic
Star
art was
Wars.
Terminator.
No, his first comic art on Star Wars is what I'm saying.
Oh, Star Wars. This cover is not the best. I agree.
That's worth
It was-
$250.
It was Star Wars #1 for Dark Horse Comics was his first cover,
Oh,
and it's actually a pretty cover
Hmm.
because he drew the covers for the first 4 issues of Dark Horse Comics Star Wars series.
Oh, well, that explains it because it's not an Alex Ross cover.
that's not a Ross cover.
No,
Alex
it's a Ross cover. It's not an Alex Ross cover.
It's not
a
Alex Ross.
cover.
Who is it?
It's Luke Ross.
It's
Luke Ross. It's Alex's brother Luke.
Oh my God!
Una pushkina pushnaniachana.
Yeah, it's only one Ross I know. It's the only Ross I want to know. So
I only know two.
Hey,
Ross.
hey,
Good
I know
Ross.
Alex Ross and Ross from Friends. It's the only 2 Rosses I know.
Ross from Friends.
And
This
Bob
was done by
Ross. I don't know. I
And
know
Bob
Bob
Ross.
Ross.
And Bob
I know Bob Ross too.
In the store.
Happy
Luke,
with
I'm
the
your
truth.
father, Ross.
Very
Luke, I am your Ross
thank you,
father.
Joe, for the on-the-spot correction.
It's Ray.
'Cause I would've-
Ray Ross.
Someone would have been
Ross.
in the chat yelling at me after the show about covers, and I'm wrong.
That's what I'm here for.
At least you're consistent.
I'm
very
just
consistent.
here. I'm just here for the meltdown that will be the tier list for Star Wars.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I mean, it
I may
was
have
an
to leave early.
incentive. I don't know what the ratio on it was. Probably a 1 in 25. Probably not an overly heavily printed book, but
What,
Yeah.
this book right here? The Imperial
Yeah.
Cadet book?
There's some
Yeah,
pretty
this
good
was
ones,
covered.
man. Like they get the comic book of like Lord Momin, that run with Darth Vader. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I read some of
that's-
those on YouTube.
Nobody asked you, Grumpy. No one asked you, Grumpy. Okay, you kidding? Okay, you
That's how he
can
built his castle on Mustafar.
Yeah, and why Mustafar is the way it is.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
Yeah, you're gonna get the horns.
40th
He-
anniversary of that movie too this year.
Did you see, Matt? Did you see the panel that they got all the actors together for the
Yeah,
anniversary?
I watched it this morning actually.
That panel was
C2E2.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, C2E2.
All right. Next
Bobby Ross,
up, we
watched it.
have
Pretty good.
Dr. Afra, number 3, the 1 in 25 Lopez. Last sell $40 back in February of this year. TGC 9A high was $650 back in 2022. Last TGC 9.8 sell was $104 last year in August. Murder bots.
I
People
give
love
you
murder
$5
droids.
for it right now.
People
Yeah.
love the murder droids. It's a great
People love
cover.
these murder droids, right? These are Dr.
Well, I
Afra's
mean, we have
murder droids. right?
murder droids in real life now. Have you seen the Boston Dynamics little robotic dogs?
Yeah,
That's why the price dropped. Like, well, we got them, but it's not unique now.
And we have the biggest Dr. Afra fan
Oh,
in
yeah.
the world,
Red.
Trev. He has every Dr. Afra cover ever made except for 1 or 2 that he's missing. The really expensive ones.
Well, this one's only 104 now. So
Yeah, you can grab this for 104 and a 9.8.
I'd rather try to
might
score a
get it
really
cheaper,
nice
actually.
raw copy for about $30. And that would-
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think though this book also could be one of those books that kind of like a lot of times there'll be books like because they keep track of everything at the comic shops, it could be thrown in a dollar bin somewhere.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see this in like an Afra run somewhere in
Yeah.
somebody's box for like $5 or something like that. That's sitting
Yeah.
around.
Mhm.
But I mean, it was a 1 in 25, so ratios get pulled out. They don't necessarily always get circulated back in. But I find
But if
this
somebody
for-
buys a collection, I mean, you know what I mean, and they're like, well, I don't know
Yeah.
what that is. That is. It happens.
unless they
Yeah,
have
I wouldn't be
separate-
surprised.
I'm
I wouldn't be surprised it being slipped in a lot somewhere if somebody was buying
Yeah.
a lot and was just trying to unload books.
Nice.
But like I said, I still like Afra as
Hey,
Star
anything's
Wars spec.
possible. Trev found 2 copies of that Jason Todd variant where he got no shirt on for like $1 or something.
Oh, nice. I was looking for that. Robbins, what is it? Robbins number? I
Yeah.
forgot which that is. Robbins something. I was looking for that, but they didn't have any back issues of Robin. I was like, "Ugh." All right,
That's what
next
you-
up. Yep. Star Wars Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, number 1, the Wizard World variant. Last sale was $400 back in 2022. Did you see 9A high was $720 back in 2021? And last 9.8 sale was $198 in 2024.
I have this run, but not the Wizard World variant. I
It is
just
a
have
This is a
cool
great cover.
the regular covers. Get the dark saber and
So I call the prices now, though. You know, we have to go BC before COVID prices.
Before COVID.
And, yeah, and then AP after or AC after COVID prices. Yeah,
I still think these are the best mall books
yeah.
to have this series.
I just like the Dark Horse. I thought they did great with Star Wars. So it's a shame that they lost a lot of the what they were doing. But
Yeah, I mean, if you're mul-specing, like I said, this is still
Bruce.
a little pricey. I wouldn't go crazy on the Wizard World variant, but I do like being able to find the sets of this run, which is only I think 4 issues.
Bruce, I just sent you on Twitter the 4 Alex Ross covers for Star Wars 1 through 4.
Okay.
Dark Horse.
Hey Matt, you know that Nirvana Monsters exclusive they had that sold out?
Yeah.
They have it on their website. They have about 5 or 6 left if you want it.
Uh-oh. I might have to get one.
Nirvana?
Nirvana Comics. It's
Nirvana
Mark
Comics.
Spear.
Knoxville.
Beheaded headless cover. Beheaded cover.
Mm.
Let's see. X.
Well, I mean, you know, Bruce, the only reason I didn't get it was because, I mean, I have the first one they did. It's the same thing, except
Yeah, you don't need it then if you have the
the
first
red
one.
box is purple. I got to save some money somewhere, dude. I'm going to Heroes Con.
True. Let's see what we got here.
$25.
Here we go. Alex Ross.
Ooh.
We're just going to continue to
Is that
shit on
Hildebrand?
Luke Ross.
Huh?
We're just going to continue to shit on Luke Ross. Forget it.
You sure that's not Hildebrand?
Well, it says Alex Ross at Virgin right here. Don't look at me. I'm getting this from Cade.
That looks like Hildebrand to me, but maybe it's Ross.
They're Alex Ross covers.
It looks cool.
That one. This one.
Ooh, nice.
That looks like Russ.
Yeah.
That's a really good cover. And number 4.
Okay.
Empire has a large lock on Leia.
Yeah,
Is that a chastity belt?
probably.
Call the locksmith. Call the
For
locksmith.
brothers only.
For brothers only.
And then for
Only for
you,
Luke.
you Thrawn lovers, Star Wars Thrawn number 3, the 1 in 25 Raza. Last sale was $175 back in 2023. CGC 9A high $700 in 2023. And that was the last sale of a 9.8 was in 2023 for $700.
Okay.
So either people are holding on to these or they don't want to sell lower than what they paid.
That's probably what it is.
We only rep Luke Ross from now on.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I like the Thrawn series a lot. It was a very good read, and those ratios are kind of all over the place. The way they've kind of gone up and down, up and down. But I think your time to buy in on Thrawn is past.
Yeah. You're not gonna be able to get all the really good Thrawn covers at reasonable prices anymore. Especially
Yeah.
And the pop has already happened. You've seen it in live action, so it's like
yes, I mean
maybe get a little second bite of the apple, but
just Thrawn was Thrawn and was drinking way too much blue milk.
it's a good series. It's a very good read. I like that
He
series.
looks like he's really cold. He's just
Then we have Princess Leia number 1, the 1 in 50 J. Scott Campbell.
Ooh.
Last sale was $40 back in February. There are no 9.8 sales of this book.
That's weird.
None.
I'm taking notes. I got to write this one down.
Write that down.
Princess
40
Leia.
bucks. Great. And I don't know if there was there might have been a con exclusive for this. I thought there was a black and white or a version of this somewhere, but I couldn't find it. You know, if you one of you Star Wars collectors in the chat.
That's Campbell, right?
Yeah.
I think it was a Campbell store exclusive.
There's a Mark Brooks black and white Midtown.
Oh, they have it listed as 1 in 50. You could be right. I don't know.
I'll have to hunt that one down one day. I'm a J. Scott collector.
All right. And that was the last book for, I didn't want to put Star Wars 1, 42, Heir to the Empire, all those books people cover every other week or whatever. I thought I'd try something different, just some covers. Oh yes, the exclusive black and white, I believe.
No,
Thank you, Trev, for that.
There were sales. There were 9/8 sales. I found it.
They were.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to talk about actual Star Wars novels, I'm kind of versed in some of the recent ones.
In
We don't
2024, you had one go for 129, one go for 80, one go for 125.
Where on eBay?
Yeah.
See, this is why, guys, I tell you to use multiple sources. Just don't use one website when you're looking up prices and looking for last sold on books. I learned my lesson with that. I'm not going to say what site it was, but they were wrong.
It happens. It's the comic data is famously unreliable.
Yeah.
You kind of have to cobble it all together yourself.
The way people list things, it could come up as one thing and then be another.
Yeah.
And so you don't know.
All right, let's get on to some weekly comic book reviews. This week we will be reviewing Lost Fantasy, The Slasher's Apprentice, and You'll Do Bad Things. First up, You'll Do Bad Things. Number 2, we had to read 1 and 2. This book
I told you just do number 1 this week because they came out with the second print. And then I had to read 2 comics.
just read
Which is why I never read that giant size.
This book, these 2 issues were fantastic. I love this story so far. The main character, the reason she wants to become an apprentice is like really messed up.
Wrong book. This is.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, not apprentice. This writer, sorry.
Yeah.
It's the Painkillers. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Think about this.
I'm a drunk cousin.
It is the Painkillers.
I didn't mind it.
Right here.
I didn't.
I'm not showing my face.
necessarily-
My cousin wanted to say hi.
What's up, dudes?
Hey,
This is Ricky.
I heard many things about Ricky.
Not first or last.
Eh,
Some of this cheese.
good, man. He's silly.
I'm a little
The only problems I had is I wasn't a huge fan of the interior coloring.
Yeah.
I found it very hard to. Maybe it's just because I didn't have a paper copy. I found it very hard to differentiate characters at times when I was reading through.
I did too.
See that?
Get out of here, you nut.
I'm interested to know what's going on though, but like, there's like a lot of like subplots going on back and forth here.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't the best thing I've ever read. Like I said, I think if the interiors were a little cleaner, the fact that they love to cram the same color palette in the panels made it just really hard for me to figure out who was who when they were talking. I had to zoom in. It was a bit of a pain.
Ricky's a hoot, but no, this comic book, the art's kind of funky, but the story is interesting.
Yeah, the story. I enjoyed the story. I think I just would have been able to follow the story a little cleaner had the interior been a little better.
There's a line where she's talking about what happened to that one chick, and she's like, oh, or it could also be the fact that her head's completely removed from her body.
Yeah.
Oh, he killed her with the freaking oven.
Yeah, that was pretty violent. I enjoyed the read, but like I said, I wish the interiors would have been a little cleaner. I think it would have led to a little cleaner read.
I kind of know what's going on at the end of issue 2, and he goes in and like, he bust into a dominatrix house or something?
I know.
I was like, what's going on here?
That's just to show that he went into the wrong spot.
The only thing that confused me about, I thought at one point I thought that it was all in his head, or maybe this is what he's writing and is becoming real. I couldn't tell.
I know I couldn't understand that either. Like, what was he?
What it seems to me is the murderer could be a tulpa, like he imagined him and he became real. Because and when he goes to the book signing and they're all asking him, Well, what do you? Not the book, saying the interview, and they're all asking him, "Well, what do you write next?" And he's like, "A romance novel," and they're like, "What? A
What?
romance novel?"
With silence.
And then that woman came in and started shilling for a dead kid, T-shirts and
That
everything.
was so wrong.
That was an allegory for all this
So
influencer
wrong.
bullshit we're living through right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a poorly written book. It's an interesting
The color palette.
concept to see. I'll be interested to see how it kind of pans out, where they kind of fall on who that killer is and how that killer manifests himself. But like I said, the interiors kind of bothered
like
me.
I said, I don't know. Maybe he's an obsessed fan.
Could be.
Like
Could
he's
be.
wanting him to write a book about him. I don't know what. At one point, I thought maybe he was a serial killer. I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird but fascinating.
I will continue reading this book, so we will be reviewing issue
I'll
3
read
when
it.
it comes out.
Yeah.
So, next up, The Slasher's Apprentice, #1. Now I can talk about
I did not actually get to this one, Bruce. So I'm going to stay quiet during this.
this. Was
part.
wow.
This was
Wow.
It was
this
pretty good.
Yeah, this was far more followable than the last one.
Ooh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Is that a fireplace poker?
It did what I wanted it to do in the first issue, which is kind of introduce some characters and get up to a point where I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I see where you're going. Take it from there. It was a good intro issue.
Yeah.
And then like the whole thing of her parents and everything, it's like there's a lot of twists in this first issue. You know, like she's not hunting him down to kill him. Yeah. I liked it. It's an interesting. I don't know where. I'm looking forward to issue 2 because I want to know what happens.
Yeah. It's like I said, they did a really nice job in a first issue in terms of kind of giving you enough backstory, carrying it through to what's happening, and get you up to a point where like, hey, here's what's going to happen now. Here's the story arc, and I think that's good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to continue reading this. I just want to see where the story goes.
Me too.
And finally, we reviewed Lost Fantasy #1, Giant Size, which Joe refused. So talk about this. I'll be right back. I need some icy hot for my neck.
This was a weird story.
Yeah.
I wanted to read it, but it was my third book and fourth if you include having to read the first 2. And I was like, oh shit, third book's a giant size. Fuck.
That's what I said too, even though I had a copy of it. I thought it was interesting. I like how he's got a big giant sword like Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. I thought it was kind of like, although I got a lot of something killing the children kind of vibe from it.
Same.
You got a lot of big sword characters nowadays.
But it was interesting how there's like this reality where like the San Francisco earthquake the fire was not caused. It was like caused by these trolls or something.
Yeah.
And then I guess the president and everybody, they made these deal with these magical people or whatever that can hunt these things.
The houses, the wizard, basically wizarding houses.
Yeah. But it ends on like, I didn't know whether it was like, is he dead or I don't know, but he got shot in the head at the end of it. So
Yeah.
I guess that's good. Sorry, I just blew for everybody watching it. All right, sorry. I think he'll be all right though. Just rub some dirt on it.
Just a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound.
I will say this. I do love heroes that are complicated and not cut, dry, good or evil. When they first show him, he's in a drug fuel party. There's meth on the table, scales,
he's in a
needles.
flop house. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
he's
that
a
was like
flop.
the flop. I thought that was very interesting. I will say this. I have seen this story before. There's an anime where the fantasy and mystical creatures transport into the real world, and then the United States sends the army and just destroys them with tanks.
You know, Bruce, the flop, at the corner of Ghetto and Ghetto.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that Final Fantasy VII homage is sweet.
Yeah, it does look like Cloud with the Buster Blade.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. If you don't like real world politics injected into your comics, this is not the book for you,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, you're not
Not the
gonna like
book for
that.
you. There's a lot of references made. Actual names being used.
There's a market for everybody. There's
Trigger
something
warning.
for everybody.
Trigger warning if you don't like certain politicians.
Like I said, I have
There's a
no
whole
problem.
town.
I have no problem with comics tackling real world stuff, whatever, this and that. There's plenty of comics out there if you want to read some
Yep.
other stuff. So
I mean, hell, there's a
And-
Superman from one of the other Earths that was a president. Yeah.
And now we get to JOESDUELIN says. What do you got for us, Joe?
you know my love of Rebecca Puebla.
Yep.
She has a 1 in 10 on Hello Darkness 10, which is a gorgeous cover. She's an amazing artist. Pick up the book, make it do something because she's fantastic.
That
Work.
is an unbelievable cover. I like
It
that.
is.
She's done
I-
beautiful
I
stuff on
ordered
Betty
that.
Page. She's done beautiful stuff on Conan. She had a great Pine and Merrimack cover. I just really like her work. She doesn't do a ton of stuff. And the Hello Darkness, the ratios have been fun, but I mean, a lot of the variants have been fantastic. I think it's just a good set to pick up in general, that whole series.
Yeah.
But give Rebecca some love. For Beyond FOC, they released some of the previews for Heavy Metal 2. The Janoveski variant is just a pretty cover. I'm happy to see Heavy Metal back. I'll be one of those bitchers and whiners that's going to complain about stores getting it before me getting my Kickstarter fulfilled.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which I feel it's a legitimate gripe when you back something in November of 2024 and they put out surveys at the end of February 2025, you would think that they could fulfill those orders prior to them hitting the store. I don't even care if they come, the same week, or it's just, it'd be one thing if it was a day or two off, but it's like, I don't have my copies. So I'm a little sad about that, but I'm still going to be buying Heavy Metal. It's fucking Heavy Metal. I love comic magazines. I think comic magazines are making a nice comeback, so I'm going to pick that up. And for New Comic Book Day, I love the covers on this, and I love the concept of the series of Los Monstros. Think of a film noir PI type series, but in a world where all of the classic monsters live amongst people. So as you can see, your PI there isn't necessarily.
Yeah, I ordered all the covers for Los Monstros.
Yep, there's a nice Panosian on there as well.
The Panosian.
When does that come out?
Next week?
This coming week.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, the Rowan Paris cover though, I just love, but that's just the old-timey movie person in me.
Yep. All right,
So,
I'm gonna go through my flaming hot covers. Then we're gonna get to the Star Wars tier list. So,
Yeah,
I pick the best covers every week. We all know this.
Get your tomatoes ready.
Shut up! Nobody asked you. It's time for me to do an overhaul of this show. I think I want to update everything. At number 10. Justice Society, number 7, Sweeney Boo variant. I love the way she draws Alan Scott.
I love Justice Society. I love the JSA more than I love the JLA.
I agree.
Oh yeah,
They're more fun.
they are. The characters are more interesting.
Yeah.
But that's what I always get on Bruce about being a DC only guy. But
I'm not a DC only guy. I got
I know I'm
Marvel, I guess.
I mess with you about it though, Bruce. But the thing is like I like the best thing about DC versus Marvel is DC does the generational hero thing, which I think is really cool. Like you go from the names follow through from Golden Age all the way down, and I think that's pretty cool. That's why I like the JSA, because they're like the first guys. They're golden age guys, you know.
So, any problems with my number 10 pick? All right.
No, I like
Nah,
Sweeney Boo.
nah,
I think
Nah,
it's
man.
good.
It's
All right,
good,
all right,
man.
all right. Just
Sweeney
saying.
Boo,
I-
man. Sweeney
Calm
Boo.
down, calm down, bro.
I don't like Alan Scott with a beard. I'll say it.
What?
Why?
He's kind of hot with a beard. All right.
Why? Why?
And by the way, there is a great Jerry Ordway cover
Yes,
in this
it
as
is.
well,
Yeah.
which is just if you like
I
good
just saw
old,
Jerry.
a good old
That was in
classic
my
cover.
variant picks of the week. The Ordway cover was.
Yeah. I mean, even the main cover, the A cover, is great.
You said there's Ordway cover.
Jerry
Yeah.
Ordway.
Yeah,
Yep.
the C cover's the
Yep.
Ordway
It's pretty
cover.
good. At number 9. Silverhawks number 3, the 1 in 20 Mark Spears incentive. I love Monstar. Monstar is on this cover.
Cool.
Yeah, I couldn't buy into the whole Silverhawks thing.
Silverhawks.
Too many covers just don't do it for me.
Silverhawks.
Sorry, too many covers without tits from Dynamite. Don't do it. Don't do it for me.
Fair enough.
Too many covers with that boobs.
Yeah, too many boob covers at Dynamite. Yeah, I agree.
Too many non-boob covers.
I like what I like. What can I say?
At
Buy what you
number
want.
8. Absolute Green Lantern number 2, the Touring Clark variant. This is such a good cover. I love
That
it.
is a gorgeous cover
Yeah,
too.
that's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Clark's been doing all the variants for the Star Wars Jedi Knights, I think.
Oh, really?
He did like the lightsaber variant.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's the ones I've been collecting. I like his art.
Yeah, I like Touring Clark. A lot of people don't like his art.
Is Jedi Knight?
make-
Is Jedi Knight?
he-
something new?
He likes to draw women with strong jaws. Or is
What'd
that,
you say?
what's his name?
No, you're thinking of Sway.
Oh,
I'm thinking of
Sway.
Sway. I'm thinking of Sway with the manly faces.
Sway.
I don't know. It's a pretty good read. The whole Absolute line is great.
Yeah, I can't wait for issue 2. I can't wait to read issue 2 this week.
Jedi Knights.
At number 7.
Jedi Knights, pretty good.
We have Gromit's number 7, the 1 in 20 Callahan incentive. This is the last issue of the series, and
Yes.
they decided to go 1 in 20.
Bummer.
Pause. Yeah, pick it up. It's number 1. It's an incentive on a book that was a bit delayed, and it's the last issue. So
Gromit's has been fun. I'll say that.
it is a great read.
I'm going to miss it when it's gone.
Well, it's popular. They could do a second series or make it, they could do
Yeah.
a
Just
ongoing.
continue. Just continue it.
Another city, maybe he meets another friend or something. I don't know. I think that's what's going to happen. He's moving away. But it gave me that vibe, like, how you become close friends with somebody when you're growing up and they move.
Oh yeah,
And also like all the pop culture references, because I grew up in the 80s.
yeah.
So,
It's perfect. That's what I've said about this whole series. It's like if you grew up during this time, you can't not love this book.
No, it's not a high security skate park. Back in the day, kids would break into like pools that were abandoned and
Yeah.
skated, and that's what they're doing here. Like that movie, the Lords of Dogtown, or what do they call it, or the documentary Dogtown, the Z Boys.
The Lords of Dogtown. Yes.
And there's also a documentary that was narrated by Sean Penn.
Yeah.
That
a
really
good
got me into like the dog thing, and it's a great documentary. Yep.
Yeah. Chris was a skateboarder back in the day, my roommate, and he's told me all about like how the Z Boys started and all that. And he showed me all these documentaries. So since I've been here in the last year, I have gotten a huge skating like tutorial basically about like the history of stuff. It's pretty interesting stuff. And I like this comic book. It was great. I like the 80s vibe. I like the skateboards and the 80s vibe and all that. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
At number 6.
It's fancy.
G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, 316, the 1 in 10 Portella camouflage incentive.
Yeah,
All right, go.
I like this late run because everybody's thinking about the silent issues or the other GI Joe series or Void Rivals or all that stuff. People keep forgetting that this series is still running, and they're dropping those 1 and
The only
10s out.
series I get, I don't get the regular series yet.
It's still good too. It's Larry Hama's still
It's
still good.
Hama.
I get it every month. I get the other one. It's a great time to be a G.I. Joe comic book fan.
I think 317. I think 317 has a really nice Scarlet.
to Big Jeff in the chat. Me and my friend used to drop, snap, and pops on security guard our 2-story mall.
Yeah.
Via skateboard. We were jerks. I can't picture you doing that since you told me you're 6'7". 6.
Well, it wasn't back then.
Yeah,
He was 6. He was
young
6
back
feet at like 8 years old. Come on. I gotta get Big Jeff on the show.
Yeah,
Good
man.
guy. Good
I love
guy.
Jeff.
At number 5. Blood and Thunder, number 1, the 1 in 50, J. Scott Campbell in center.
Do not pay up for this book. There's going to be 1 million copies of this fucking book.
What was that?
Don't pay up for this. There's going to be 1 million copies of this Blood and Thunder out there. So 150 should not be hard to find.
Yeah, I got these below ratio before FOC was over.
Yeah, I think Luna was selling like 25 packs of the open order covers. So don't be surprised to see a lot of Blood and Thunder out there. Books. So just don't overpay.
Honestly, isn't that good?
What isn't that good?
This cover.
Oh, I like it.
It's Campbell, and people love their Campbell ratios, but just understand I think there's going to be a lot of copies of this.
I'm not going. I can't afford to buy this one. So
At least it's a different face. It's a different face for Campbell.
Yeah.
Normally his faces all kind of look similar.
Let me
Well,
look.
I'm excited overall for this book, though, not just the cover. I want to see what it's about.
Yeah, because it's about her name is what's her name? Thunder? Or the gun's
Blood.
name Thunder?
And the
Blood.
gun's name's Thunder, and it talks. Yeah,
And it talks.
Yeah,
it's like an AI gun or something. I guess it's like
Oh.
hunting down androids and stuff or something like that.
On Talking Weapons, I'll go back and read Barbaric.
I'm sorry, Michael. Oh.
Yeah, and Robert Kirkman's attached to it. I usually pick up anything that Kirkman's attached to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dave.
I will say that there are no retail exclusives for this, so I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Surprised no stores did exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty out there.
And at number 4. Pop Kills number 3, the Adam Hughes variant.
Pop Kills.
Fizz, bitches.
I definitely
Fizz, bitches.
Pop Kill has been good. The story's been great. It's nice to see. It's a good Hughes cover.
Yeah,
I think
it
we get Hughes covers every now and then. We're like, yeah, it's a Hughes cover, but this is a good Hughes cover.
Yeah, and it's open order, so everybody can pick this up if you want it.
And I already ordered this one. Excited about getting it.
I think
I'm gonna get him to sign it. I'm gonna get him to sign it at Heroes Con.
Nice. Everybody's going to Heroes Con.
You could do it at home. AH.
Oh yeah, I know I could, but
At least she looks legal.
Don't do that, kids. Yeah, I know. It's not a Will Jack cover. I know. I get it.
yeah.
But
Really legal, Will Jack.
we prefer to say he likes to draw the mousy.
Yeah, Chucky Valdez is right. There's a for the next issue, they have a naughty cover by JSC coming out. I pre-ordered it as well.
Yep.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Of course,
That's to be
of course.
expected with you. I love you, buddy. Hey, Chucky, what's going on, buddy? At number 3. Absolute Superman number 7, the Panosian. Panosian period.
News.
I love
Look,
Panosian.
I
Panosian
can
can
say
do no wrong.
Panosian's been killing it.
Yeah.
The last couple of months or 3 months, he's been just got all kinds of cool variants coming out. You heard the one he did for Superman with Doomsday on it a couple months ago? I thought that one was.
He ain't
Yeah, that
doing
was
Taylor's anymore, Degrassi. He ain't got time for that Mickey Mouse bullshit.
When is the last time
I
Adam
don't know.
Pease did? Ooh,
I have no idea. But if he keeps making covers, by golly, I'll keep buying them.
I agree. At number 2. I put Storm number 8, the one in 50, because it looks better without the trade dress. It's a Curie incentive. Beautiful cover. Beautiful cover.
I like it.
Nice. I like a good Storm cover.
Still no Panosian Power Girl.
That is true, Terry. That is true.
I wanted that book so bad.
I like Storm with a mohawk.
I do too. Of course, I was a fan of the punk rock music back in the day. Still am. I always liked her new look when she remember when they gave her the new look and then like Kitty Pryde freaked out and go, "Oh my God, what did you do to your hair?"
It's bad for your pleasure, Grumpy.
Been for your pleasure.
It does look bent, I guess.
This is the pegging version. Let me stop.
Oh God. Family show indeed.
It's very friendly, family friendly. Wait until I start Kingdom After Dark.
Oh,
At number 1. Poison Ivy 33, the Elm variant. I love this cover. This is my favorite cover this week.
I'm so happy to see him getting the crossover and getting the major title work. Because I could still get the filthy stuff that I want off Kickstarters and stuff like that. But I'd love to see when these guys cross over and start hitting the legitimate titles.
Yeah. You know, I know a lot of people are mad that a lot of these crossover artists from Cheesecake covers have to tone it down, but I'd rather see a toned down drawing from them than not see them at all on a big 2. You know what I mean?
I like to see. It's fun to be able to follow these artists because you know how much Kickstarter and shit that I buy. I love seeing these artists all the time and then seeing them have a major title cover somewhere. I just think it's cool.
The next thing that's gonna take all Jedi's money.
Jedi has a nice Eom collection already of stuff.
Yeah.
So Eom has a nice bank of Vampy covers.
And those are my top 10 flaming hot covers of the week. And now, interrupting our regularly scheduled programming.
Oh, tier list. I forgot we're doing that.
Tier list time. Tier list.
With an asterisk.
Shut up. Nobody asked you.
Hey, left out the good ones.
Yeah, exactly.
What good ones?
You left out. Are we only doing Disney? We're only doing Disney Star Wars?
It's not only Disney. It's not.
I'm just trying to see. They're very small on the bottom.
Well, we'll get there. All right. I kept that in mind. I think I did. And the first movie up for consideration, Star Wars: A New Hope.
Now that's Hildebrand.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, that's top tier. Top tier.
May the force be with you. Everybody's agreed?
No.
Top tier. No.
This is the way.
No.
This is the way. It's I'm not putting it at the very top, but this is the
up
way. There,
it's
but
not up there, but
it's
not the top. This isn't the pinnacle of Star Wars.
I had
an
an
introduction, but not the pinnacle.
I've always said it's a good introduction. It's not the best Star Wars. I'm going Let Go of the Hate.
What?
I'm going Let Go of the Hate.
Middle of the road.
I mean,
I think them painkillers are kicking in.
it's kind of mid when you really think about it. When you juxtapose this movie to the other movies, it's pretty mid actually.
Yeah.
When you take into account that it's Hidden Fortress, but if you take into account the time it was made, how revolutionary it was at the time,
it changed
in terms
the
of
game.
what they did, and what the universe that it truly introduced to everybody. It's hard to take that away. That's why it's not the top for me.
Give it.
There's other
Give
Star
it.
Wars stuff I like more, but this is the way it feels right for me.
This is the way it feels good. Yeah.
Respectful. You know, it's
If I
not
think
moving
about it.
over too much.
Even though Luke is a whiny
They had to
bitch,
invent- They had to invent new special effects to make this movie. Nobody had ever seen a sci-fi movie like this. It blew everybody's minds. There were lines lined up for blocks. to go see
Hey,
this movie when it
background
came out.
comics.
And that's why I say, may the force be with you.
Agreed.
Oh, so
Denying that. but, like,
I guess
when you-
it's
when you
going to
put it
have to
through-
go. This is the way to balance it out between everybody's opinions.
that's-
Balancing the force, man. Balancing the force.
Balance. That's what we do here. We balance. So
Good.
And
there'll still be a
sometimes we
chance to
go
move it up
way
or
the
down.
far hell off our
It's all good.
cracker too.
if you haven't subbed up to Black Crown Comics, give him a sub. He does some cover price list every Sunday night.
nice.
Pretty good show, very good content.
Good stuff.
Then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I got a
My
bad feeling
original
about this.
impression was I got a bad feeling about this, but after watching it in that last episode specifically, if they would have just put the music from episode 3 in there, it would have been like some next level stuff. But anyways, I would put it in go with a hate.
I'm with Brian on this one.
I didn't dislike this show. Little Leia did not piss me off as much.
I didn't mind Little Leia at all.
Um,
I just there are dumb things that happened in the plot that just made me angry.
True.
It's
But
like,
the one thing that made
why'd you disable the goddamn gate? You didn't need to disable the gate. You just fucking walked around it. Why? Why did you do that?
Yeah, but
Makes no
Qui-Gon. But Qui-Gon, dude. That's what made the episode for me, man. Like the whole show. Getting to see that
It was
Force
just-
Ghost of Liam Neeson
There was just little dumb shit in there that just bugged me about it.
kind of ruined it. I get it.
I say
I mean, Vader wanted to kill him so bad and had so much hate for him, but oh shit, there's a fire. I just better just stand there.
Middle of the road for Terry.
Just chill.
I'm going with let go of the hate.
That's
I
what
didn't
said.
mind it. It wasn't the best. I enjoyed it.
Well, like when they announced it, I was like, dude, what story can they tell? You know? And I left that show pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Like it was good.
I really enjoyed it. I loved seeing like Hayden Christensen come back. That's why I picked this as the way. It was
That
just
was a
pure
big one.
nostalgia trip for me.
That was a big one.
But you're going to see me rate all these movies except for maybe a couple pretty high because I was a Star Wars freak. So
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy.
Let go of your hate.
No, and I was going. I think I was still going week to week on this show on streams. So like,
Yeah.
it kept me engaged. That was good. But no, like that end battle, like, dude, I didn't want to see them fight again. I thought, A New Hope was the definitive one. You know what I mean? They battled on Mustafar, and that was it. But watching it happen again, I was just like, dude, this is pretty badass. Like,
I love the last scene when Anakin's Darth Vader's helmet's cracked open, and he's like, "I failed you, Anakin," and he's like, "You
That
didn't
was a good
kill
scene.
Anakin. I
That was a
did."
good scene.
That
That was a really good scene.
and I like
What
how
I
his
like-
voice changes at that point.
Yeah.
What I like about his scene, with that scene particularly with the cracked mask, if you're seeing him from Obi-Wan's perspective through the light of the blue lightsaber, he's got his regular eye. If you're seeing it through the light of the red lightsaber, though, he looks Sith. The fact that he was changing back and forth in that scene was interesting. And then
Yeah.
he says that last thing when Obi-Wan's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I hurt you, Anakin. And he's like, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. And then the voice changes. And then well, okay, that didn't work.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said that, oh, well, blah blah blah, him calling him Darth is blah 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 blah, blah. And I'm like,
Yeah. Well, also because he said, "Then you are truly, my friend is truly dead," or something like that. He said.
yeah.
And it
People
kinda
always
gets you, back to where he told Luke that
in
he was dead.
Obi-Wan in A New Hope. Well, that's the thing, though. A lot of people use that line as a joke now for Star Wars. The whole, I killed your father, Anakin, Luke. But I don't know. I say this should go and let go of the hate because there's some great scenes in it. Some of the storyline is okay. I mean, it's not
Like the cracked mask that I saw in Rebel Season 2.
Yeah, well,
It was on the other side. No.
it was the other side.
But,
no, it just shows how bad that ceramite really is in his helmet. Yeah.
I will say this. I felt that him cracking Vader's mask was a crack in Vader's armor overall, and it starts Vader's redemption arc for me that carries over into the original trilogy. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Another good.
I thought that when I saw it in Rebel Season 2.
Another good.
Another
good scene in the show. Another good scene in the show is his interaction with the Emperor there at the very end of the episode, the last episode, where he's sitting there going, "Well, if you can't, if you can't keep your eye on the prize, basically, I can always." The subtle threat from Palpatine and Vader just going, "I'm fine, Master. Okay, man." Like it's another one.
I'll drop it. God damn it!
You can tell
we got bigger fish to fry, right?
Yeah, you can tell the Emperor every time you hear Vader say that now in the original trilogy, I'm just sitting there thinking, God, he's talking down to like his boss. Like this is a Smithers, Mister Mister.
All right, so are we in agreement? This is going. Let's go of the hate.
Let go of the hate.
Yeah, it's fair.
Okay, let's go of the hate. All right, next up,
you take the good, you take the bad.
Return of the Jedi.
Excellent.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
That is May the Force be with you. It's my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. I don't care. Come at me.
It's a good movie, and it's where Vader comes back to us. It's where Anakin comes back.
It's the only movie where Luke Skywalker doesn't act like a royal bitch.
Yeah, he doesn't act like a turd like his dad used to.
He shows up the first of it. He's like cool, confident. I'm a Jedi.
Chokes out of Ugnaught, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
dude.
He just walks in like a badass into
like a badass, dude.
Give me my buddies back now, or you ain't gonna like what happens, brother.
Takes out that entire freaking sand barge by himself.
I'm going with. I got a bad feeling about this. I didn't see enough training for Luke for him to be a Jedi.
Oh, get out of here.
You couldn't even keep a straight face with that one, dude. No, seriously, like for me, this one's a May the Force be with you. And I'll tell you why. This was the first that I can remember Star Wars movie that I saw in a drive-in theater. In 1983, I'm 7, 8 years old. I saw this in a drive-through theater before we left the United States and went overseas for 4 years.
What
does that even mean?
It is true. It's very true.
All right, okay.
Very cogent point.
I remember, I had a similar memory of this movie. You said you went to the drive-in, right?
Yeah.
I was on vacation at Pawleys Island, South Carolina, when I was a kid with my cousins and my family. And one of the evenings, they took us out to the theater in Myrtle Beach, and we got to see this movie for the first time. I'll never forget it. And, yep.
My dad had a convertible, and I can't remember what kind of convertible it was, but we backed into the spot, and we sat. My twin sister, and I sat on the back of the hood watching the movie.
Does anybody remember NBC Night at the Movies?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So on March 19th, 1989, my mom pressed record. Okay. So my copy of Return of the Jedi, I will always treasure. It was
Yeah.
recorded on TV, and it has all the commercials from back in the day.
That's
Oh
awesome.
wow.
That's always wonderful.
My stepdad used to do that. He'd record like every movie for me. I even had like Saturday morning cartoons recorded.
Oh yeah.
We had
when the X-Men came in one tape.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah,
we
so,
had
like,
the
for me,
back
that's what's so damn important. So,
back in the 80s, we were one of the first families on the block that got satellite. And when I'm talking about satellite, I'm not talking about them little dish
You're talking
network.
about the big. Looks like
I'm
you're getting
talking about the thing that's like the size of your house, the
like
side of
you're,
your
like
house.
yeah, like you're working at NORAD kind of
Yeah,
size.
like you got one of them NORAD things on the side of your house.
Yeah.
And my dad had two VHS players. One was for recording, and you played through the one and recorded into the other. And he was. Now I say this openly because nobody knows my real name, but my dad used to pirate videotapes in the system that he had set up.
I used to pirate DVDs when I was like in college.
So my dad would make you could put 3 movies on a videotape. So my dad was taking these tapes and giving them to people at work that wanted to see stuff because we had the satellite, man. So it'd be like, hey man, I saw on the TV guide that this is going to be on HBO, this, and this. Can you record it for me, Dan? And then my dad'd be like, yeah, fine, whatever. And it's we need people, man. Like,
when I was in high school, like some of the younger kids that couldn't, I was a little bit older. I was able to get like the parental advisory tapes, like Dr. Dre, the Chronic and stuff, and like the ones their parents. I would dub them.
Yeah,
I would sell my copies of the tapes for the albums for like $5.
yeah.
All right, so where's this going?
May the
May
force
the
be with you.
May the fourth
I got a bad feeling. You said.
no,
No,
it
no,
is
no,
the
no,
best
no.
Star
All the
Wars
way to the
movie.
top.
All right,
Pinnacle.
stop playing, Bruce.
And when I found out that, like, dude, watch Light and Magic. Okay.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Some of the stuff
Brian.
they did making this movie, goddamn.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, it gets.
There's a series on Amazon Prime, and I can't. It's Star Wars. I want to say Unleash. It basically goes into the what was going on during the original 3 movies, and it talks about his. Hey, what's up, Charlotte? It goes into his relationship with his wife, and how without his wife editing those movies, we wouldn't have had Star Wars. Like, how she basically, a lot of it fell on her shoulders. They talked about the night that they had all of their director friends come to watch the movie, and Brian De Palma was like, "This Force shit, it's not going to work. Take it out of the movie. Nobody's going to give a shit about that mystical shit." So George got mad, and he took it out of all the scripts. And Marsha looked at him. She was like, "Are you insane? You can't listen to De Palma on this one. He doesn't understand shit."
Well, they also like criticized it when he showed the raw cut of the first one.
Yeah,
Paul wasn't a fan of that either. But of course, it was like a rough cut, and like Scorsese and all of them were like, "Is he fucking crazy?"
yeah.
All right.
But
The next one up, we have Attack of the Clones.
You have
Okay.
failed me for the
You
last
have
time.
failed me for the last time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna explain why I feel that way about this movie. For one, and yes, I'm saying this, even though I like CGI and sci-fi, this movie has too much of it.
It's the whole
also,
goddamn movie. What are you?
You don't like long walking exposition shots?
yeah, the long
Blue
walking
screen?
exposition shots, blue screens,
I'm
just
gonna
all of
force you
that.
to love me. No chemistry whatsoever.
And another problem I have with this movie, and I can never get anybody to agree with me on it, but damn it, I'm gonna put it out here. After he kills the sand people and he comes back and he's in the garage and he's talking to her, where he starts bitching about Obi-Wan first, and then she's like, "Anakin, what's wrong?" And he's like, "I killed them." I killed everyone. Like he admits to genocide, and this woman's just like, "Oh, Annie, I love
Oh,
you."
it's okay, honey.
You know, I will say this.
Hey,
I
you
am,
killed all these sand people. Let me go sleep with you now.
I am the only one that believes he used the Force to mind grape her and make her fall in love, because she was not feeling that at all. There was no
See, you're completely
point,
wrong.
no
She was a
story
predator.
progression.
She was a predator.
No. She's a cougar, man. She was the cougar.
No.
He was
I
9
say,
and she's
I'm gonna
14.
give it let go.
And
I'm
he's
He
still
was
gonna-
probably gonna
obsessed
marry
with
her
her from 9 years
someday.
old.
Oh, come on.
I'm still going to give it like.
Weird Al? No.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I know
I-
you was.
I say I got a bad feeling about this too.
Yeah, I won't put it all the way at the bottom, but
Look,
I got a bad
this
feeling about
movie.
this
Look,
time.
this movie did have good parts in it.
There is one redeemer, maybe two. Okay, this is the first movie I ever saw in IMAX. Okay,
I'm so
there's
embarrassed
one.
by this panel.
And two, maybe the Dooku fight with Yoda wasn't that bad.
The Dooku fight with Yoda was fucking amazing in the
It
theater.
was bad. That was
No.
bad.
Listen.
It's better than Grogu getting thrown around like a stuffed plush in every scene.
When-
That was bad
When,
too.
when
Just for that,
Yoda,
I'm going to give it let go of the hate.
Yeah.
when Yoda
We're not
went,
going that far. We're not going that far.
when Yoda went Jesus frog and started bouncing all over this,
Oh,
man, he cakewalked Dooku for a bit there, man.
Well,
Hell
this
yeah.
is like, I mean, you got to have a baseline somewhere, and like,
And I love it.
This
And I love, and I love when he's like, after he's whooped Dooku's ass, he looks around for a minute, uses the Force to get his cane again, and he starts walking like an old man. It's like, this motherfucker's showing off.
But
You know?
thank you, Jeff.
this
you're
The
right.
chemistry between Annie and Padme just wasn't there.
No, I
No.
agree with that because like Hayden
It's
Christensen
a hard knock life.
and they did not have chemistry.
when he used the Force to, and then,
What?
gave her fruit. Come on now, that was love, guys, love.
That was not love.
No,
Get
that
outta
was
here.
that was
Frolic King
obsession in
in
a
the
cougar. That was
He gave her the
obsession
fruit,
in
all
a
right.
cougar.
We're putting this. You have failed
If
me.
y'all were his age and it was
can't
Natalie
put it all
Portman, I wouldn't
on.
see any of y'all complaining.
No,
There's
I
no
wouldn't
redemption.
complain. I'm telling you,
No redemption
I
for
wouldn't
those
complain.
prequel movies. Thank you
I
very
was-
much.
I was in
You're
2000.
wrong, man.
Don't start with me.
Yeah,
Don't
high
start
school.
with me, because one of those
Yeah.
prequels for me is going to May the 4th be with you.
Oh,
Now,
absolutely.
let's move on. Let's move on.
We just
Let's
haven't
move
gotten
on.
All
there yet.
right, let's go to what we have next.
Boba Fett.
Boba
We might
Fett.
as well stay at the bottom of this tier list.
I've got a bad feeling
I got a
about this.
bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And I've
Last
had it,
time.
I've had it since day one, since they announced
The
it. I was
only
like,
good episode in the whole season was a Mandalorian episode. So
Well, I
that
like
should tell you
this one.
something.
I'm just gonna let go of the hate just because it was like this guy was like a redemptive arc. Like he goes and like I got like a sci-fi Dance with Wolves vibe when he's with the Sand People, and they took him in.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. No,
I
it
don't
was
know. I
Dances
like
with
that
Sand
part.
People.
There was some stuff I didn't like. I'm gonna be honest. Like they kind of the second half of the season, they turned it into a Mandalorian season. Basically, it was like Mandalorian
Scooter
2.5.
Gang.
Then he
That's
should have
the-
taken down the crime syndicate and dismantled it, not become the head of it and then be a
Yeah,
pussy.
right. Yes. No, this was I okay, this is gonna be really bad. I don't know. I've never thought of Boba Fett as as great a character as everybody's built him out.
I agree with Brian.
I agree. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think a lot of people overplay Boba Fett, but that doesn't mean people can't like him. That's my
But
opinion.
this
Yeah,
is also after Din Djarin. Okay, if it wasn't for the Mandalorian TV show, we wouldn't have another Mandalorian.
That is
Main
true.
reason why most people liked him. But
Yeah.
like in the story, he gets his jetpack bumped and he falls in a hole. That's badass, bro. Yeah, no. So that's why I always think he's a bit overrated. He was cool in Empire Strikes Back. Don't get me wrong. Like during the
Now,
action
this
and
character,
stuff, but-
look, this character has had about as much. Well, now with the show, he's had a lot more. But
and
this
the
character
tie-ins
has
with Return of
had.
the Sith. Like you get a whole story now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Boba Fett homers. Oh, it didn't come up. Oh wait, it did.
It didn't.
Oh, it's Dom.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you don't notice all of the Boba Fett's on the back shelf back there.
Let me leave.
Like,
Dom
uh,
alone.
There's
Like,
a
thought
lot
it
of
was cool.
Boba Fett
Like,
comics and stories and stuff like that outside of the
I mean,
live
I did think it
action.
was cool just because, like, I always, when we were kids growing up, I was always like, I wonder what happened to Boba Fett in the pit. Did he ever get out? You know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They got out.
They redeemed him to a point, but most of that redemption, honestly, like his most badassness, was at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian. Like when they brought him back for that, that was cool as hell. Dude.
Yeah.
He had the rocket knees and the knee rockets and all that kind of shit. Throwing down.
And instead he came back as an assisted living crime lord
Well, I mean, it's more like Pitt took a lot out of him. That's why he was
who had
he regenerated.
who basically had scooter nurses taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
Chilling back episodes.
All right, so are we going let go of the hate, or I got a bad feeling about this?
I can go with I got a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about
I
this.
never
I'm
really
okay
was
with that. I'm
positive
okay with that.
from the get go because they're like, oh, we're doing a Boba Fett show. I'm like, but the Mandalorian had already been out, so I was like, dude, Mandalorian's better than that. What are we doing?
I got a bad feeling for Boba Fett.
All right,
All right. Next
Yes.
up,
Rogue One.
what do we have here? We have Andor.
Oh, Andor.
Andor. Made a
Ah.
fourth motherfucking whip for you for me.
No,
For
because
me.
are we talking about the second season?
We're
Just
talking
first
about
one.
the show as a whole.
Okay.
As a whole?
Well, since we haven't
Go.
really got the whole yet,
So we're just going by season 1 since season 2 is not finished.
I would probably say this.
Either way.
It was one of the shows that was needed on these. I remember talking about, which was nice, but watching the first couple episodes of this season, I remembered why I haven't rewatched Andor. It's boring.
The second half is better.
I mean, I like some of the political intrigue, but it's like it's one of those whispered shows.
I mean, while
I hate
I
whispered
like
shows.
while I like it significantly, and I think it's the highest quality Star Wars stuff that they've put out, I know it's not for everyone. So I would say this is the way, because I know it doesn't have as much mass appeal as the other stuff. And it's not for everybody.
I mean, I
But
still
I
like
still
it.
think it's the highest quality stuff.
Yeah,
that they've
I'll
got.
go. This is the way.
For me, I'd say, yeah, this is the way. And look, I have only watched a few episodes of the first season. This is one of those Star Wars things. It's not for me. I'm more of a Jedi Sith guy or Starfighter kind of guy.
Yeah.
This political intrigue shit just doesn't get me.
And this is what I'm going to do to the whole panel.
Bon voyage, pussy.
Bon voyage, pussies.
This is the way is a pretty good rating. I mean, I'm
This
sorry.
is the way it's a good rating.
I can't rank it like up there with Return of the Jedi. Sorry, there's just no way.
I've
And
been
there's-
outvoted, guys. Been outvoted.
And Bruce, look, bricks and screws, Bruce, bricks and screws, bricks and
Outvoted.
screws.
God damn it. Fine.
It's
This is the
no
way.
Return of the Jedi, man. I'm sorry.
I prefer this more than Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
I love this side of Star Wars. That's just me.
Okay,
I don't need to see
and-
space wizards with. Let me stop.
and it's fine.
It's fine. I agree with you guys. Everybody has their love of Star Wars. I love the political stuff. That's just me. Next up, I'm not gonna bitch about it for 2 hours on the stream and then make shorts about it. Ahsoka.
Okay, let go of your hate. Straight up.
I got to go lower
Boy.
than that. I mean, except for Shin, because I love
Look.
Crazy Girl.
Balin's look. Ray Stevens did really good with Balin's Skull. It was unfortunate that he passed away before he could do season 2. We did
I'm
get
okay
a
with the Hound.
we did get a recast of the Hound for the character, so it'll work. And I like where this story is going. I like the fact that they've gone outside of the galaxy. There's something else going on out there. I kind of think I know what's going on out there. because they're
Yes.
bringing in some more of the EU stuff from the old, the old Legends canon. And I think that this show has some good stuff going on. I think we're leading to like Abeloth or something of that nature.
I love
I'm going with you have failed me for the last time because
Wow.
this show was not for everyone. If you didn't watch Rebels
Or Clone
or watch
Wars.
Clone Wars, you will be lost. The general audience for this show was
Well, you
lost.
should watch
That was
Clone Wars.
But even
then.
if you did, I think in some cases it made you angry at the time.
If you didn't watch Clone Wars, then I question whether you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you,
No,
you gatekeeper. Gatekeeper Matt.
Okay.
I'm
Let me
serious.
put something out there, guys. What are we doing right now? We're on a
Ahsoka
panel.
We're on
a-
a favorite character on Clone Wars.
We're having a
we're-
fun discussion about Star Wars.
Let me make a point here. We're on a panel with a bunch of Star Wars fans. We're on YouTube. Okay. For everybody that goes out here and talks about Marvel or
Shit, we're on YouTube?
I know, right? No, look.
I gotta go then.
For every person
really
who says in Marvel or DC, well, if you didn't watch this, I can't watch that. If you don't want to watch a fucking TV series, we're on YouTube, guys. Find a summary of the show. Trust me, it's there.
But you're saying someone can
For
make
all
a
these
stream and watch another YouTuber before making a stream about said project?
I will not have anybody badmouth my boo Rosario Dawson.
Look,
Well, I mean,
think this show.
if you like four episodes like this and then the rest very slow fighting, it was fantastic.
Okay, look. Let go of the hate. I think this show was mid. I think it's there. I like it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Cool, whatever. Midline it.
I didn't like where I found those characters from where I liked those characters in Clone Wars and stuff like
This
that.
show, this show, the reason why I like Rebels so much. Okay, Rebels did many things, good for the good and for the bad. But one thing Rebels did that was fantastic.
Hold on, I'll be back. I'm getting a soapbox for Brian.
That's fine. That's fine. When it comes to lore sandwiches, lore burgers, baby, oh my god, dude, they dove deeper into Jedi lore than anything that we'd seen before.
Dude, this show was like the White Castle of that. This show was like the White Castle of that.
Everybody likes the White Castle burger. I don't care.
I like White Castle.
I'm happy because we got Ezra Bridger back.
Yeah.
Okay? We've got a live action Sabine. Okay.
Yeah, no. Here's something not everybody talks about, unless you know the EU. There used to be a book called Death Troopers, and it was basically stormtrooper zombies, and you get that in this show.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm telling you this.
Also, we got Thrawn
and live action Thrawn. Like, okay, I understand it's not on the tier of A New Hope and Andor, but it's definitely not You Have Failed Me for the Last time. I mean,
I wanted to love it. Because I love Ahsoka as a character.
It was a bit of a
letdown. I love Rebels.
but
I love Clone Wars. For all the little
was great.
faults they might have had here and there.
This might be a hot take, though. I think it was because Rosario Dawson was fan cast, as opposed to, like they could have had Ashley Eckstein come in and do the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I think, Jeff. Not everybody's going to agree with everybody.
But what I'm saying is that I don't think she had the same appreciation for the character of Ahsoka that Ashley Eckstein does.
I will say this to Jeff's comment. It's okay for fans to disagree. Not a big deal.
And it kind of
Star Wars. We have been talking about Star Wars for almost a half hour.
I've been
and no fights, no arguments.
Exactly.
I love this.
Exactly, Bruce.
I love this.
I would say middle of the road. It gave me a lot of things that I like, which is Jedi lore, because anytime you get that, it's just amazing because they don't really do it that often in the movies.
I want to ask you, Bruce.
Yes,
because you said something. You said that it wasn't for all the fans, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why would you describe a show that's your opinion and worry about what the other fans are worried about? You should rate it for you, not for other people.
Well,
If you're rating it for everybody else,
this is for a
you're-
consensus, though.
you know.
Like,
Yeah, they're writing these shows.
No,
for
I
the
understand that, but I mean, I would give my I give my rating as the way I see it, not the way Joe would see it. You know, not that I don't care about Joe's opinion. Joe's opinion. Joe's going to have his own opinion.
It shouldn't inhibit your enjoyment of it.
No.
Yes. There you go. There you go.
Right. It's not
Right
right
there.
no.
Yeah.
There's other
So
movies.
I had no idea about Rebels, Clone Wars. I had not watched any of that stuff. When this was coming out, Brian recommended that I skipped the first 2 seasons of Rebels and started season 3, I believe.
where they
I did
meet
that.
Mala and Malachor, dude. That's
Yes.
where the show.
And
Just
you know
kicks
what?
ass.
I'm just saying this what 5 seasons of that?
Yeah.
How many seasons of Clone Wars? The average
7.
the average casual Star Wars viewer is not going to go back and watch that.
Well, yeah,
That's
but
what
the
I'm
average,
saying.
the average casual Star
There
Wars
is
viewer
a
isn't making a
large
tier list either.
there is a large contingent of Star Wars fans that are younger that Clone Wars and Rebels was their real introduction into the Star Wars universe.
I know that.
You're right.
And that is a whole set of fans that is their Star Wars.
Yeah. That's what they had.
It's
And
just
that's-
like that SLP.
And that's who this was made for.
With the
It's just
prequels,
like-
Those shows.
It's
guys,
just like
people in their
SLP.
30s love the prequels. Like
Who?
they love all of them because they grew up with it. Like we did the original.
I like the prequels. I like the prequels. Not all of them, but I like to
Yes.
look. Revenge of the
Just
Sith.
bring
is a
up
great
that
movie.
bring up that picture, Bruce. Bring up that picture.
I like
What
him as a
picture?
concept of Shin Hati.
Yes. Not that picture.
Nah, she was cool in it.
Which picture?
That one. That was what was important. in
Get
that
outta
series.
here.
Right there.
Get out of
That's
here
what
with
made
that.
it worth watching.
So where are we putting Ahsoka?
Midline. Let go of the hate.
Yeah, right in
Yeah.
the middle. Right in
Right
the
in the
middle.
middle with Obi-Wan.
It's a good midline, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we have Skeleton Crew.
I'm going to be honest with you. I did not watch this one, so I don't have an opinion on it yet.
This show started out good, and then it kind of ended like a dull fart. The last episode sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one.
It
either,
did end
so
I'm not
abruptly,
going to
I
disagree
guess.
with that.
I got a bad feeling about this because I did not like this show at all. I know.
I
a
thought
lot
it
of
was
people-
going to connect more, and it ended up not doing it at all. So I was like,
I was happy that they tried something different.
It
They gave us something very different.
kind of did. I mean,
They took
They,
a,
they
took a
did in
risk.
the sense of you're
know.
not dealing with all the legacy characters and
It
all
was
that.
E.T. and Goonies, you know.
I
it was-
wasn't a
it
fan
was-
of Goonies or E.T.
Oh God, what's wrong with you?
yeah.
This
Thank
man
you.
has no
I have
soul.
taste. I don't have a soul. Thank you very much for pointing that out.
Like I said,
With a name
I
like
thought
Lucifer, right? Yeah.
I appreciated the effort. I
Hollywood
appreciated the
Lucifer.
effort on this. That they really tried to kind of go outside of the box of what they give us for normal Star Wars stuff, and they gave us something different. Some of it was very enjoyable. Some of it was a little cringy, and yeah, that I don't really think they stuck the landing. But it was middle of the road for me
Man, if they
because
just
I
stuck the
I
landing,
like that
but
they tried something different.
if they had just stuck the landing, and I think I agree,
Yeah.
Joe. Right on, because that's the only thing that sucked about it. The end was terrible. I love Jude Law. I'd like to see more. Of
Yeah.
him.
I like to see Jude Law, not those goddamn kids.
I remember
They could
it
leave
was
those
the last show I
goddamn
talked
kids on
about.
that planet.
It
The
was
kids
the
are
last
fine.
show
The
I
parents
talked
were the
about.
ones that were idiots.
Yeah, the parents were very.
Bad
Yeah.
parents.
Horrible.
What is it with
Idiots.
Star Wars and bad parenting?
What
I
is
think
it with DC and bad parenting, Mr. DC?
I was gonna
What is
say,
Hey,
DC and all the? What's with
Martha
DC
was
and
a
all
fine
of the
mother.
orphans? What was
Disney
with
Martha
DC
bad
and all the
was a
orphans?
fine mother, all right?
Who was
Yeah,
a fine
and don't
mother?
forget-
Who?
Martha.
that Dark Side and Allfather traded
With
babies
Martha.
for Papa War.
Martha Kent or Martha?
Weird.
Wait,
Martha Kent. Why'd you
Martha
say that
Wayne.
name? No.
I'm not gonna say it was a failure though. Like,
for me, this is the way. I didn't think it was super great, but I didn't think it sucked either, and I liked it from front to back. So
It had some fun moments in it.
It had
I
heart,
was-
which Star Wars is like that needs to be Star Wars. It had the heart that you would expect. And some of the people that made alien character like cameos were pretty cool. But yeah, man, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen in Star Wars, and it wasn't the best thing I've seen in Star Wars. So it's kind of the middle of the road, man. I wouldn't be too upset with Let Go of the Hate, or I got a bad feeling about this. I mean, I get it.
I guess with all the different,
The show wasn't for everybody,
I'll put it. Let go of the hate. That's fine. I'll put it in. Let's go.
There we go. There we go, Bruce.
We
There
can
we go.
compromise.
Yeah, there we go.
And then at that moment, Bruce's heart grew 2 sizes. Boom, 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 boom.
I need a clip that says "Blow me now." All right. Next up, Empire Strikes
Just put it
Back.
in, may the
Okay.
force be with you, and be done with it.
I'm gonna make everybody mad here, and I
like
know
Star
I'm
Trek
going
Prodigy,
to
though. That was pretty
because
good.
I pissed off 2 different fucking shows on saying this. This movie is nothing but a strung together bit of scenes to get from one point to the other. Now, not saying that that's bad.
Isn't that
That's
what
called
all
a movie.
movies are?
Let's call it a movie.
Well, no, this is a true middle movie.
Thank you
of
for
a trilogy.
describing a movie.
Hollow. Fuck it.
I don't like you people. No, anyway. Look.
He's like, I hate it here.
This movie, I say this is the way. I'm not going to rate it as high as everybody else does.
May the force be with you. This is not only the best Star Wars film ever made, it is one of the greatest films in the 80s that was ever made. It's one of the greatest films of all time.
Okay.
No, I'm not yelling at you. I talk loud, so I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Okay, you have that opinion, and I don't.
I know it's cool. I'm just giving you
It's-
mine. It's like that's what I like about this, though.
Yeah.
Like Bruce said, we're all just like, well, I think it's this, and I'm like, well, I think it's that, and we're like, okay.
For me,
It took balls. It took balls to end on a downer.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
look, for me,
yes.
this movie is like the middle child in a group of 3 kids. The middle child is kind of the normal, the kind of vanilla person.
You remember the movie Clerks? Remember Randall and Clerks? They're talking about these movies.
Yeah.
Like Empire's the better film because, or no, not him, but the other. Dante says it's the better film because it's more of a reality. Like everything's on down innings. I kind of agree with that. It's like
Yeah.
you're fighting the evil empire, and eventually they are going to. That's why they call it obviously Strikes Back because, okay, you blew up our Death Star, but now we're coming for you. And it was kind of like you see exactly what they're up for because after the end of the first one, maybe this is a dumb theory, I don't know, but you see these band of rebels that go in there, they blow up this big Death Star, they strike a blow to the Empire, but then in this one you realize
Chewie gets shafted, doesn't get his medal.
the Empire is the Empire is like bigger than
50
we
years
think.
later.
You didn't really destroy them. They're hunting you down now. This is going to be a long struggle. And
Yeah.
like, maybe they're not going to make it. We don't know. This is the second one. So
My favorite bit of this movie is the stuff with Yoda, and because it's a lot of training, it's learning some of the Jedi, some of the Jedi mythos.
yeah.
But another good scene in this movie is the Hoth speeder chase. I mean, like, there's good parts of this movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying it's like
I know what you mean.
for everybody else, it may be the
They're
top
strung
movie. It's
together.
just not for me, man.
And also,
It's the middle child for me.
we also talk about though Han Solo and Princess Leia in this movie, how awesome it is. The last scene when they're getting ready to freeze him, and he's like, and I love that Harrison Ford ad-libbed and changed that scene.
Yeah.
I love you. And he's like, I know.
I know.
Just
You
like
know.
that-
Who didn't want to sleep in a tauntaun?
yeah. Yeah,
That's so
and
gross.
but the one thing that is weird about this movie is we don't know it at the time, but she makes out with her brother. So that's
Yeah.
Well, we don't talk about that. All right, so we are putting this. Majority of the panel wants this. May the force be with you.
By all means, fellas. By all means.
All right, next up, Force Awakens.
This
Oh,
was
boy.
not a bad movie, in my opinion.
I'm saying this is the
enjoyed
way. I maybe even May the Force be with you because this got fans excited again, no matter what they say now. People
This got
love this
fans
movie.
excited again, and then the next movie crushed our souls. But
yeah, I will agree with that. But we don't got to that yet. But yeah,
Well, the best part about this movie was the trailer. when you got
Yeah,
to see
well,
Harrison Ford walking on the Millennium Falcon and saying, "Chewie, we're home."
Yeah.
For a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
go
Star
with
Wars
this
fans,
way.
that's how we all felt. And this movie didn't disappoint.
No.
It gave us a lot of the J.J. Abrams
Isms.
with all the lock boxes and whatever the hell. But
And the lens flares. And yeah.
yeah, and the camera shakes and all that other kind of crap. I had to put up with it in my Star Trek. Bastard. Anywho, aside from that, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, I saw it twice in the theaters. It was really good. And for me to say that, it takes a lot. I'm not going to put it on the same tier as Empire or
No.
Jedi, but it's definitely not like on the lower tier. I would say this is the way at best, and Let Go of the Hate at worst.
Yeah, I agree with Brian on
I
that.
agree. This is
I
the way.
concur.
Yeah.
This is the way.
I'm more of let go of the hate, but it's middle of the road on it.
I'm going, may the force be with you, goddammit.
Okay, so
Ray
this
is
is the,
Star Wars and
this
Star
is the
Wars
way.
is Ray.
This
So
this
it's going-
movie, this
Go ahead.
movie, I want to say this movie was a good beginning to what should have been a good trilogy, but somewhere along the line,
Star Wars
they
fans.
forgot they lost the script
They
and just
got the
went
wrong
on
direction for
just
the
went on
movie
their own.
afterwards.
No,
They got
I'll
the
tell you
wrong
what it
direction
is.
for that
I'll
movie
tell you what it is. You went from J.J. Abrams, who likes to put the mystery out in front of you
Mhm.
and dangle it. Then you went
Right.
to Ryan Johnson, who likes to
Well-
rub his filth in your face.
Yeah, well, the thing is too, they put a guy that was a indie film hack in charge of the movie after this.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Didn't know how
saying.
to shoot a big
Yeah.
budget
Oh,
movie like
yeah.
J.J. Abrams did.
We're gonna have fun.
Abrams had it all planned out for the three,
We're
and
gonna
they
have
decided
fun.
to go off on their own.
We're gonna have fun with The Last Jedi, aren't we?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Force Awakens goes, this is the way.
There
This
we
is the
go.
way. Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
I'd rather overrule, but I'll keep it.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's a fair. It brought people
You gotta
back to
take the-
Star Wars for the first time.
I'm
in
okay
years.
with
Gotta take the law of averages is what it is.
And it was
Yep.
better than a lot of people expected. The problem
The
was is
dictatorship state.
we speculated this movie to death after it came out. That was the problem. Okay,
Yep.
so when the next movie came out, when none of our speculations came true, and a bunch of YouTubers looked like idiots, they all turned on it.
Yep.
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 Has nothing to do with the movie. It has everything to do with the fact that they were wrong.
Well,
And most of them are like, I got
YouTubers being
inside
wrong?
information.
they made Luke Skywalker look like a bitch.
He's always been one.
He's always been a bitch.
It's always been
Not like that.
There's
No,
only
not
one
at the end
I
of
would like
Return
to
of the
point
Jedi,
out-
he wasn't. He
I
was
would
only
like
one.
to point out.
There's only one movie he was in not a bitch, and that's Return of the Jedi, and that's why I put him up there as number
I would
one
like
on
to-
that.
I would
Every
like to
other
point
one,
this out.
I'm going to Tashi Station to pick up power converters.
I
I'm
would
going
like
to
to
leave
point
my
this-
training in the middle because my friends might be in trouble.
But he would have
come on
not
now,
have
dude.
betrayed the whole thing just because he thought the guy was going to be. Oh no, he might
Here's
be
the,
Darth
no, no,
Vader.
no, 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 no,
2.0.
Matt. Let me explain something to you. And even though I don't like Last Jedi, look. Luke made the same choice.
We're not at Last Jedi yet.
We haven't
guys.
gotten there yet. We still got
Let's
4
get there.
movies.
Let's get there first.
Let's get there first, please.
Yeah.
Save all of that comment for the Last Jedi.
I'll probably forget them, but let's
You're not gonna forget it.
let's rock
I'll
on.
probably-
Next,
probably
we got
fire it off
Rogue
when I
One,
get off this
Star
train.
Wars story. May the Force be with
May
you.
the force be with
I
you.
am
Force
not
be with
taking
you.
no for an
Yep.
answer with this one.
Put
May
it
the
at the
Force
top.
be
May
with
the Force be with you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I love this movie.
This is the way.
You know,
Tarkin looked bad in hindsight,
Yeah.
and the
Tarkin did not look bad. Did you say Tarkin looked bad?
Yeah, I did.
No, I thought he looked good.
No, I said he looked weird. It just
better
didn't,
weird.
It didn't feel. No, it was too. It was uncanny valley, dude. That was not.
He had a
Peter
big head.
Cushing.
He had a
You-
big head. He had a
You
big
know,
head.
I knew for anybody knew that wasn't Peter Cushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, of course not. He's dead.
Well,
You think for
exactly.
the money they spent that Disney's got, maybe they could have like dug his body up and like
Reanimated him. Hell yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
Okay, Frankenstein.
They're gonna do that with Walt Disney one day too, because I think they got his head in a jar.
I agree.
May the force be with you on this one.
No,
please.
Talking
this movie
looked
was
a bit too gaunt.
really good.
That is-
I didn't like
Gone.
I didn't like
Look that up.
what's his
Don't
character?
put words up there that I don't know the meaning to. I gotta.
What's his name? Damn it.
Google it.
Which
God
one?
damn it, make me
It's not
Google.
it's not Lor Santeca. What the hell's his fucking name?
Which one?
Forrest Whitaker's character. It's just escaping me at the
Oh,
moment.
Saul Guerrero.
Yeah,
Saul
Guerrero.
I did not like it. I mean, I like him in Andor. He's cool in that, and his appearances in Clone Wars has always been good. And I like the fact that he comes back in voices in Rebels, which is cool. But I didn't like how it talked. It was just for me, it was just like kind of off-putting.
That's the thing I
The
liked about him.
pilot, he was like really annoying.
Bodhi?
I liked K2SO. He was pretty cool. Krennic, one of the best parts of the movie. I got the Catalyst book on Audible, which
Great
is
book. Great book.
the prequel to this, which is awesome. Gives the backstory to Jin and all that other stuff. I loved Baze and blind guy, forgot his name.
Chewit.
Chewit
Chewit Inouye, yeah. That was a great part of the movie, especially dude's sacrifice at the end with both their sacrifices, really. Yeah. So I mean, it's up there, but it's like I don't know. I think a lot of people are like, "This is the best Star Wars since Disney bought it," which is arguable, but it's pretty
No,
good.
I think it is. I think that's a good.
And you also have to mention deeply Vader's hallway scene at the end of this movie.
That was
I was
legit.
going to
Is
say that.
serial killer slasher frightening. Like
He goes from that to fighting
cardboard.
Obi-Wan Kenobi in slow motion, though. Matter of
Well,
days.
the one thing I liked about like the character, you had you saw there was like a wedge that was in. There was like two different groups of like the resistance, right?
yeah.
Like you had Forrest Whitaker in his group, and they wanted to be more like terrorist organization. Like, oh, we were not going to show nobody any quarter. And the other people that were still trying to like change from the inside didn't like that. And it was like these two like clashing, and then there's other, and it's just emotional. That's the last part where they get the plan sent up there, and they know they're going to die.
Yep.
And they're like, we wondered how did they get that. I remember watching the British Stars. I wonder what they had to do to get through that, right? And they're like, how many people died doing this? And then you see Darth Vader just go beast mode at the end. And I've seen a cool YouTube video of that last scene where they put "For Whom the Bell Tolls," and they play it while he's going through there. It makes it even more badass.
All right, so we put in this. May the force be with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're never gonna get it, but I would like to see the original cut before they redid the reshoot.
Okay, so I'm looking for the sequel of this. It's called The Many Bothans That Died.
I want to see.
got
I
the
want to
plans
see
for
what led up to the second
second
Death
Death
Star
Star.
plan.
We need that too.
And
Many
next up,
Bothans died.
everyone's favorite
We're gonna get that soon.
Mandalorian.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Okay, but are we counting the third season?
We're counting the whole
I
show.
can't
Look,
put it all the way up at the top.
There
It
were
doesn't-
parts.
It doesn't
there were
deserve it. I'm
parts-
sorry.
No, look, there were parts of third season that were good.
Yeah.
Parts.
I like the
some
third
of it.
season.
I like the third season.
No, I liked it, but it was such a letdown. Like, how do you? Okay,
In
how
fact,
do
there
you,
was
like,
only
I
was
get it,
only one
man.
episode, in my opinion, that was in third season that was just awful, and that was the Rizzo episode.
Mandalorian training.
Eh.
Yeah,
The reason I loved all of it was because even in the third season, I got to see more Katie Sackhoff.
I agree.
No, I
with
liked having her back. That was cool.
May the force be with you because that show did not disappoint for me.
One of those
No,
5%.
I mean, I won't get much of an argument based on the first two seasons alone, but that third season, it was really rocky, brother. Like going back and looking at it, like just.
I'm with
I
you on
remember
that
though,
one.
my nostalgia was so high when it first season. Though, let's talk about the first, second season.
Dude,
When
the
I
end of the
first
second
saw
season
this
was
show,
epic.
when I first saw this show, I was like, "Oh my god, I've been waiting 20 years for something like this."
Dude,
I almost cried. I was like,
season
it's like it
finale
had that
of-
old school feel to it, like the old movies, and like John Favreau really understood that.
Well,
I got that
the
feel out
end-
of first and second season,
dude,
but then
the end of the second season, I was on a panel watching it. on YouTube. Okay,
We were actually. Yeah.
We all went nuts when the
I
whip
went
came
nuts
back.
too.
I saw green lightsaber. I'm like, bro. Everybody was like, "Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?" It's fucking Luke Skywalker, bro. And he's coming in, killing
It was so
everybody,
bomb.
dude. It was the best scene in Star Wars I'd seen in 20 damn years. You know what I mean?
I haven't
Hey,
marked
hey,
out that hard. The only time I marked out that hard before was when Captain America picked up that freaking hammer in Endgame.
Yes, exactly. It was one of those
Well,
moments.
and he my favorite part about that is Grogu's like, Dad, I'm gonna go with the Jedi now, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I can't go all the way to the top on it just because of the third season.
That third
So I
season
think
just
the
killed me, man. I'm
The
sorry.
third season to me became, oh, this is a Filoni-verse show now,
They
not
dropped the ball with
Mandalorian.
freaking what's his face, Giancarlo Stanton's character, dude. They could have done so much with him.
I did not like.
Did we get to talk about the scene with Bill Burr when they infiltrate the Empire base or the whatever they are?
The prison ship was cool.
Yeah, and he's like talking about like, oh yeah, I was there at that battle. I know what you did. And he's like, he finally just gets up and shoots the dude. I thought Bill Burr, even though it was funny, they cast him because he don't even like Star Wars. He made fun of Star Wars movies.
I'll say this every time that the Mandalorian gets brought up. On that prison ship, in one of those cells, there's a Jedi.
Who's in the song? I can't remember.
I don't know what Jedi, but there's an Indian playing a Jedi in one of the cells.
There
Or
is, yeah.
I was
Prison
so
ship,
aware
yeah.
of that. But yeah, dude,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the show again.
This is a great show, but like as Joe said, it didn't stick the landing. Like,
Yeah, I feel that it became more of a, I'm making the Filoni-verse now. There's a bunch of all these shows in the same universe, so I need to expand that out versus enjoying what was initially a Lone Wolf and Cub story, which I enjoyed. I loved the little episode. Like I loved season 1 so much. I loved the little episodic episodes.
and then he had to bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka to get his freaking ability to wear his helmet again. I'm like, come on, dude.
All right. So we're putting this. May the force be with you, right?
This is the way.
This is the way because this is that's where the phrase came from.
Ooh. All right. Next up, Solo.
Oh,
I liked this movie. I like this movie. It's a heist movie. I like this movie. However, I am not putting it any higher than Let Go of Your Hate.
Yeah, I gotta go Let Go of Your Hate. I did enjoy it though.
It was better than everybody on the internet said it was.
And
Yeah.
I like Donald Glover.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie.
And
I give it this the way.
Look, I have to say this because he's on the panel. The person who actually convinced me to watch this movie was Brian, because I hated this shit. I wanted this movie to not be good because of influence from other people. Before I started, making my own goddamn decisions. This movie, when I finally sat down and watched it because Brian made me, was fucking fantabulous. I loved it, but I know how people feel about it. I know how people feel about certain things about it. So I say This Is the Way or Let Go of Your Hate.
I'm going This Is the Way because
I'm actually going to go This Is Your Way because
this was a lot better than what people told me it was.
And like, was it not cool to see Donald Glover as Lando? I like him anyway because I love Community and I like Childish Gambino. So I thought it was cool to see him as Lando.
I like the Community tie-ins for that. That was cool. No, I didn't hate this movie. I love Emilia Clarke. Can we please get Emilia Clarke back to play Kira?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
I don't care what
No
she
more
did in
Emilia
Secret Wars.
Clarke.
I'm sorry.
No
Or
more
not Secret
Emilia
Wars.
Clarke,
Secret
please.
Invasion. Okay. I mean, she might have hulked out with one arm. It was kind of weird. But
God, that was awful.
yeah,
but I would
Woody
like to see her.
Harrelson was good in this one. I mean, like, yeah. And I like Paul Bettany's character. He was pretty.
Yeah.
Baden
So
Dross or
we're
whatever.
going. This is the way, right? Everybody.
No,
Yes.
let's
Yes,
say
this is
let's
the way.
go. Yeah,
Woody
it was better
Harrelson was
than,
cool in it too.
it was better than everybody said it was. So
Mhm.
yeah,
This is the way.
I wasn't that big a fan of Alden Aaron.
I mean-
I think they could.
I mean, it took them 2 directors to get there, but they got there.
It was,
I wanna see
it was
what the
like
other-
Ocean's
the
11
other-
for Star Wars.
I want to see what the script was for the other one, just out of curiosity. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
The Rise of Skywalker.
you have failed me for the last time.
Is that the last one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
last one. If they had gone with Colin Trevorrow's version of this movie, it would have been better.
They should have
going this
recast
is the way-
Leia. I'm sorry.
I'm going
If
to
I
go
had a
this is the way.
5-gallon bucket of Adderall to ingest before watching this movie, it probably would have been better.
I'm going with This Is the Way.
I was stoned.
I
It didn't help.
enjoyed this movie.
I say
Some,
let go of
some
that.
epic lightsaber battles in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. The
You
chemistry
like MacGuffin to
between-
MacGuffin to MacGuffin to MacGuffin.
between Ren and Kylo was all right with me.
The video game.
And he
fetch
redeemed
quest
himself.
plot.
Thank
Bruce,
you
I
very
love
much.
the end of when he gets to see his dad, when he talks to his dad.
Yes.
This was a good
It-
movie. I say let go of your hate because this movie wasn't as bad.
Never. I will always hate this movie.
This
This
movie
was
came
ass.
out. Look, this
Fucking
movie
mess.
came out after the bad taste in the mouth of the
You've
Last
got-
Jedi.
Which
Yeah.
was way overblown, but continue.
Why?
It was
Fictional
overblown.
fiction. But here's the thing: this movie was fucked because of what
Yeah,
I'm
this
liking
is-
Jeff more and more.
Ryan Johnson said. So this is, I think, like I said, I think if they'd have gone with Colin Trevorrow's version of this movie, it would have been great. But this movie has its.
It had the
Virtues.
JJ problem, dude.
This movie has its virtues. Look, JJ had to come back and clean up that mess that fucking
But
Ryan left.
What everybody
Yeah,
kept,
they're right.
I said this before the movie came out. I said when they re-announced that I was on YouTube at the time, but I said to the
Yeah.
people who were my friends because I was working with the guys who were
Are they
Star Wars
really
fans.
your friends?
I don't know. I haven't worked with them in years. Anywho, we were talking about Rise of Skywalker, and like the problem with J.J. Abrams is he doesn't know how to end things, like Lost
Well,
or Star Trek Into Darkness,
I like
or
Lost.
that wasn't the issue. Come on, he
No,
got
dude.
thrown back into this movie
Oh, he
because
did, but it was for other
and
reasons.
he had to cover up what Ryan Johnson failed in the second one.
Oh gosh, we're gonna argue over the next movie, aren't we?
I don't know. This movie to me just felt like a writer room of 24 people.
It just- yeah.
Thrown out.
Consensus, like
Mhm.
it was they rolled
Throw
it out
together.
and they're like slapped Star Wars on it and they're like, let's go.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's thrown together and
But see, the thing is like it didn't even like try to troll the fans at all. Like damn it, man. It was,
Why would
Especially
you want to troll the fans?
dude, after all they went fucking put them through. Anyways, I don't know, man. This just kind of it didn't sit right with me, dude. I never liked this movie. I mean, I saw it in the theaters.
I'm
No.
I'm middle of the road on this movie. I'm middle.
Words can't describe my feelings on
Terry.
this movie.
I'm going This Is the Way or May the Force Be With You. Screw you
It's like,
guys.
okay. It's
Screw
okay,
you
dude.
guys.
In NASCAR, dude, the last place car gets paid too. It's all right.
And
but
let me just say
the
this.
scene with Kylo and he goes to see Han at the end. I got kind of emotional. I'll be honest because I lost my stepfather like recently when it happened,
Oh,
and I guess that's why I got an attachment to it because it's kind of cathartic. But so I got to go this way. Just because like I like the way it ended. I hated the second one, but
I did like when he turned to the light side and like he falls and he's like, ow, it's like that was
One
cool.
of my
I wish we
favorite
saw
scenes
more
in
of
this
that.
movie. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when Rey took the lightsaber behind her back and Kylo pulled the blue lightsaber from behind his back when they traded the lightsaber across that space. Seeing Kylo with a blue lightsaber in his hand brought things full circle for me because he was finally back to his Skywalker roots.
And it was the lightsaber,
And it was the lightsaber. It's the Skywalker lightsaber,
the OG one, yeah.
I'm going to say this because we really don't like talking Star Wars on the Monday show because there have been many arguments on that show.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I've heard this argument that Disney is purposely making bad content to tank the IP. Which
No
is
company
the
fucking-
stupidest argument I've ever heard
No,
from
no
anyone.
Shit.
Perfect example. This movie is a reaction, like you guys said. Okay, whether it be for good or bad or indifferent, just like Justice League was.
Yep.
Okay?
What's that?
the Justice League movie was an
Ah, that one.
overreaction to the reaction to Batman versus Superman.
Yep.
So when you
Brian is
overcorrect,
completely correct.
you have a tendency to overcorrect, and this movie overcorrected too much, in my opinion.
I'm sorry. BBS should have never been made first. They should have did a Man of Steel 2.
They should have.
Just my opinion.
No, before they did Batman versus Superman, they should have done Man of Steel 2 and Batman.
They should have had separate movies.
You know,
The Batman movie should have gotten made.
Yep.
So,
We're putting this. How many people for This Is the Way? 1,
2,
3. Who else? It's tied.
There's 4.
I would let go with a hate.
I'm okay. I guess I'm okay with This
I
Is
got
the
a
Way.
bad feeling about this.
This Is the Way.
They did manage to get freaking, Billy D. Williams to come back and
Yeah.
fly
Jeff,
the
we
Millennium
win,
Falcon
Jeff.
one more time.
All right. What's next? The Last Jedi. I'm walking away for a second. Please don't fight. No, I'm just kidding.
Chicken. Oh.
Okay.
Would have been a great movie if it wasn't a Star Wars movie.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I want to finish my point.
Hold up. I'm just gonna say this. I thoroughly enjoyed the sequel trilogy. There was problems with it. But there's problems with all movies. People had these high expectations of what they wanted to see. When they didn't see it, they decided to crap on it. I don't care. I just put something I enjoyed in front of me, and I enjoyed the sequel trilogy. So you guys can go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to get out what I wanted to say earlier.
I'll say this is.
Thank you. This is the way.
All right. I'm going to get what I was
in the
going
trash.
to
Go ahead, Dave.
I didn't hate this movie. Regardless of what people think I feel about this movie, I didn't hate it. And on subsequent rewatchings of this movie, it's gotten better in my head. That, however, does not make this anywhere near
Did you get a concussion recently?
or midline or what have you. Now, I will explain the things that I'd liked about this movie. For one, I understand why Luke did what Luke did. And I'll explain why. He did what his mentors did. Mm-hmm. He did what Obi-Wan and Yoda did. Mm-hmm. Obi-Wan and Yoda ran. You can say they went into exile. You can call it exile, whatever. They ran. And they ran for good reason. Mm-hmm. The Emperor was scary. Mm-hmm. Luke did the same. And it wasn't just entirely over his nephew. Luke realized that he had a moment. Okay. Anakin and Luke have both had this lofty ideal of what the Force is and what the Jedi should be. They both always did. Okay. I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't the Jedi way.
And so do we as fans, too.
So do we as fans, because Luke is our self-insert. The mid-level of watching these movies. Luke was our insert for the original trilogy. Now, Luke saw what he wanted out of the Jedi. Felt, he had this high opinion of the Jedi, and when he realized that he did not do any better than the old Jedi did, he lost his faith. This was a movie about lost faith. Mm-hmm. Luke lost his faith. Rey lost her faith. Kylo really lost his. Okay, the biggest fall in this movie wasn't Luke; it was Kylo. Mm-hmm. Loved it. Now, that being said, this movie has issues, and most of the issues of this movie are the director.
The whole Finn and Rose thing was pointless.
I'm getting to that. Canto Bight did not need to be a part of this movie.
Yeah, it was fun,
but it was there.
Finn got basically written out as a minor character.
The podcast race was in that movie.
You shoved him over with Rose, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
And that was another
prominent role.
That was another problem for me. Finn got sidelined, and after JJ worked up him possibly having the Force and all this, I think he got sidelined.
What are you talking about?
I think he got sidelined. He
Yeah,
got
that's what
sidelined
I'm
for
Get
saying.
sidelined.
he got
He went
Went on
sidelined
a
for a
MacGuffin
short story.
chase. Here, we're gonna do important things. Go on a MacGuffin chase.
For Pete's sakes.
It was.
That
It
whole
was.
part, like I had a problem with the girl that played Rose, because I think that people were really mean to this actress
They were
for no reason,
for no
Totally.
reason.
and but I just didn't think that whole thing with the casino planet was necessary.
That wasn't.
And that's
It
the
was
only
like,
part
okay,
of
let's
this
just go
movie.
on a side quest. Yeah,
That's the only part of this movie I truly disliked.
And God bless Laura Dern for everything she's done with David Lynch.
okay, for
But
every-
Jesus Christ, I don't need Holdo. Jesus
Okay.
Christ, what a horrible fucking character.
Okay.
yeah, I didn't like that character. Although I liked her, I loved her in Jurassic Park. Her dad, Bruce Dern, was a fine actor. She comes from an acting family, but like the thing, I know he lost his face. Look, I know that, but look, he's not like those guys because Anakin was. They didn't look. They were trying to work with him. You didn't see Obi-Wan come up to one realization when they go, "I got to kill this damn kid." And like, also, I just don't think that he would have done that because, like, we see what happened in the Mandalorian season 2. He comes in there and he is tearing through some sons of bitches. He just rips those
Okay.
droids apart. And like, then all of a
Okay.
sudden he's like, "Well, I'm going to go hide on this planet and drink titty milk from these birds."
Okay,
I
here's the thing.
I
Here's the thing.
don't think the director understood that character.
Here's the thing with Luke, and especially that scene with Kylo, and I don't think a lot of people realize it. You get it from Luke's perspective, you get it from Kylo's perspective, and then you get it from a third perspective, which is our perspective. Okay.
Is that on mine? This one here?
In Luke's perspective, he saw what he saw in his head about his nephew. He was going to do it, but then he couldn't. And Kylo wakes up and takes it the wrong way. In Kylo's perspective, my uncle's trying to kill me for no reason. The audience is the only part that gets the true understanding of that scene. Okay.
Yeah.
And what it really was Luke saw the darkness rising, saw his nephew at the center of it, and he was going to end the problem because he didn't want that rise again.
But couldn't he have just helped him?
Let Brian speak. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay.
Sorry, Brian.
No, don't apologize. We'll have our disagreements here in just a moment. No, honestly, this is literally one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. Okay, it's number 2, right behind Return of the Jedi. I absolutely love this movie. The overall theme. Okay, the time that it came out. Like, okay, dude, this was literally the last movie that we got to see Carrie Fisher on screen.
Yeah.
Okay, when she got sucked out that window, I'm like, oh, dude, my heart sucked out of my chest, dude. I don't get much reaction like that from.
Oh, that was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
This movie brought me to the point of like strong emotion, dude. Like when Luke force projects, it does the strongest thing that any Jedi ever does and dies from the effort. Okay. I'm sorry, dude.
I love that part though.
I broke down in the theater for that, dude. And I saw it twice.
I like the fact that Luke is sitting there. The first thing you see of Luke in A New Hope is him looking at the twin sons of Tatooine. The last thing you see of Luke before he dies is looking into the son of Octo.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a circle. It's full circle.
It's beautiful. Okay.
I will say I like that
honestly,
part that you're talking about. Yeah.
I understand. I 100% agree with Thade. Like he said, half of why Luke is on that island and stuff like that, and I do understand. Like that, also talking about the same person who was born of the guy who got Force visions, thought his girlfriend was going to die, and went and killed all the Jedi younglings.
That's a good
Okay,
point.
it's something that Darth Vader did. Okay,
Yeah.
Luke has that darkness in him too. And he saw it in Kylo Ren and wanted to do something about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of the stuff about it, I get it. I understand. Like, especially like with family, family's not going to try to kill family. And because I had somebody give a real visceral reaction to that. They were really upset about it. But like, it goes down to like,
I didn't grow up in my family.
it got nitpicked to death because this came out around the same time when it was in vogue on YouTube to shit on everything. Everything. Like this movie came out right after Batman versus Superman. It was the same year. But like for me personally though, getting to see the last interaction between Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher on screen, dude, that brought me to tears. Okay, the fact that like Kylo's like, I'm gonna kick your ass, and he's not even there, dude.
That was
Come
good.
on, man. Like, dude, that was epic, man.
That's
And
good.
the main theme of this movie, and the
I
main
did like
reason
the
I
part
loved
where
it
he
most,
says, "You're forgetting one thing. I'm a Jedi Master." Yeah.
and why I feel like Canto Bight was important, because I said it earlier, but this is a series that has some of the worst sequences in it, and you're just like, why in the fuck? Okay, dude, the pod race sequence is like, you could cut half of that out and it's still good. Okay, a lot of that extra, like the pre-race, I'm not watching NASCAR, dude. I don't need like an hour and a half before the race to know every story about the driver and they went into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so when it comes to unnecessary sequences of movies, I'm going to be kind of light with Canto Bight. But why it was important was because you got to see the stable boys, the kids, the people who were telling the stories about it. You know, and the fact that that kid at the end uses the Force to pick up the broom, that's like, dude, that's the Force being reborn. It's never done. You know what I mean? There's never the Last Jedi. Like, dude, that's why it's like, dude, this is gonna be. That's why like this movie is so like everybody hates on it, because I understand, because a lot of it was in vogue to hate on it, you know. But like, dude, there was just so many like parts and facts of this thing, and not only that, but I was gonna show. I have the audio book for it. Okay, the audio book actually talks about there's more training that Rey got. Like,
Yeah.
there were more lessons, because a lot of the complaints were, well, Ray only got this, and this. And it's like, dude, Luke skipped out on his Tatooine training, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
come in with that shit, you know. But like, he took a learning annex course on how to be a Jedi. Luke did. Okay,
Yeah,
like, come on, man. He went to community college.
that's true.
But the thing that the Rose and Finn stuff, I don't think that was a mistake at all. I mean, the only thing that was kind of stupid about that was the part with Benicio del Toro. I thought he was going to be a cooler character besides some like weird code hacking drunk.
Yeah.
Like, okay, dude, that was weird. Okay, I feel like they just put the camera on and like do weird shit. But no, Kelly Marie Tran and the chemistry that they had between that, dude, that was great. That kiss at the end was earned. Okay,
It was.
I wish Phasma hadn't have gotten whacked, because her story was pretty damn cool, and we could have, explored that a little bit more. But
Yeah.
I was okay with her dying in that one. Poe's little arc in that, where he doesn't trust, the Admiral, where everybody's like, oh, it's Admiral Purple Hair, Admiral Gender Studies. It's like, oh, we're edgy now, aren't we? That's like, you hear that on every damn thing. And it was like I said, it was in this movie. So it was like my thing when I got on, one of the reasons why I got on YouTube, because I was sick and tired of it. It was like, no, bro, this movie's actually a good movie. It's just, dude, it got caught up in a lot of bullshit hate. There's a lot of good aspects to this movie that are just that outweigh the bad, in my opinion. Like the nitpicks about the bombs falling in the first thing, dude, they were magnetic. If you watch them, they all turn on before they get dropped out of something that does have gravity, because things in momentum or space have momentum.
Yep.
But anyway,
especially if you're near something with gravity.
Yes,
like a starship.
The big one that generates its own gravity. But anyway, we're not getting scientific here in Star Wars. But the Holdo maneuver.
We're not gonna talk about color grading.
That theater was silent. Okay, dude, how they took out Snoke, and then the battle afterwards, dude, that was one of the best lightsaber duels in Star Wars, man. And they didn't even clash a lightsaber together.
I don't hate it, because I know a lot of people were like, oh, this is woke. Like you were saying, that wasn't none of my problem with it. It's just that, I guess it's the Luke Skywalker thing, because I grew up
and
Luke Skywalker. That's why.
And Matt,
I was just disappointed in it,
Look, just to acknowledge what you're saying, that was a lot of people's problem.
Well, no, like I said, that's why I said
they think that Luke was mishandled, but they don't understand. Why? And part of that is because guys our age, Matt, like you said, we grew up wanting to be Luke Skywalker. I didn't, but you did. Okay. I was more like, I'm a Darth Vader guy, but I get it. a lot of people had expectations for what they wanted of Luke. They had this vision of Luke from the old extended universe books and all this other where Luke could do no wrong. But look, you have to look at Luke as a human being. He fails. And that's the whole point. The biggest point of Star Wars is
The Force is for everyone. That was
many of the
my main
truths we
point.
cling to. No, Obi-Wan says it best. Many of the truths we cling to are based solely on our own point of view. Okay, and a lot of this story is point of view. We have a point of view of what Luke should be as a hero. And yes, he does go through the hero's journey, but sometimes the hero fails, guys. Sometimes the hero doesn't save the day. Sometimes the hero is as depressed as any of us are. Okay.
All right. Where are we putting this? Let's put the last
Let go of the
Jedi
hate.
to bed.
Let go of the hate. Let go of the
Yeah.
hate.
No, because people need to let go of the hate of this movie. I'll agree.
I tell you what, you have won me over. I will say let go of the hate.
There you go.
Because I'm
Joe?
telling you, there were some real touching scenes in this movie.
Oh
Guys.
yeah, I'm fine with Flicker on the hate.
Because
I'm
the
fine
part where he
with it
says,
being
you're
rated.
forgetting one thing. I'm a Jedi Master, son.
Yes.
That part is
Bro,
cool.
like,
I'll
come on,
admit
I was
that.
waiting for him to grab his fiddle, and we were going to hear freaking Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And next up, Revenge of the Sith.
This is gonna hurt my heart because I know where you guys are gonna savage this movie, and this is
No,
my favorite
please
Star
don't.
Wars movie.
Please don't do it.
May
No,
the
this is
Force
my
be with
savage
you.
it.
I loved it.
This is my favorite Star-
Thank you. Thank you.
This is
There's
my
a reason
favorite
why this
Star Wars
bitch made
movie.
20 million.
You have failed me for the last time.
No.
No.
This movie was 2.5
No.
hours of nonsense.
Of
There's only
brilliance.
20
2.5
minutes
hours
worth.
of awesomeness. What about the
20 minutes
saber
of a lightsaber battle that was kind of good. I
Kinda
don't know.
good.
Kinda good.
I don't get the love for this
Kinda good.
movie.
Okay,
I get
look,
to say because
Can you see what I'm
the
doing right
acting
now?
was bad. The chemistry was bad. She was a bad motherfucking
I'm
mother
kinda-
for
Well, she was
giving
bad
up
mother,
on her
yes.
I'm
kid.
trying to force choke you
No,
right now.
because I'm so in love with you. I get it, man. I get it. Okay.
Please do.
Yeah, but you love your kids more than you love some man. That's just
okay, no.
okay. I'm
No.
just saying.
Look, you guys don't understand what happened with that. That was not about her giving up because she loved him so much, blah blah blah. Okay, that wasn't her giving up on her kids. That wasn't even her giving up on. That was the fact that the dark side was involved. Okay, Palpatine
Oh,
wanted
God.
this woman dead. Palpatine wanted it.
Now you're just making shit up.
No, it's in the comics.
Palpatine wanted him to suffer because that was how you could break a person. Torture
Palpatine
the
does
shit out
horrible
of
things
him.
to
He
Vader.
literally tried
throughout
to
the
And
comics.
I have a theory about that movie. I think Palpatine inserted those dreams in his head to
Yes,
get him
he
to
did.
turn to the dark side.
He
Oh,
did.
damn right.
He did.
Damn
Of course
right.
he did.
You got to, and the scene at the first when he fights Dooku and he cuts his head off is cool. And then they crash into the planet with a ship. It was cool. I like the fight with General Grievous. It was badass. The fight on Mustafar was badass. When they said let's execute Order 66, and you get to see exactly
Tops,
how far
dude.
Anakin went by
Tops.
killing those younglings.
Have
know?
you, Matt? Have you seen the cob together of all the Order 66 scenes from like all the stuff?
Yeah.
Like they put in the stuff from Clone Wars. They put in the stuff from the flashbacks from Rebels.
Video game. Mhm.
They put in stuff from the video games. They put in stuff from the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
Look, for me, this is May the Force be with you.
Yeah, me too.
All the
I
way
won't
down.
go any lower than let go of the hate.
Yeah, no. This is the way is the lowest I will go. I will not stand for anything less. This is
You
my
have
favorite Star Wars
failed
movie,
me.
dude.
Failed me.
This is number 3.
Yeah,
right
give it a
behind-
compelling argument though. Like, it's because he said the chemistry, but or she died at the end of it. We knew she was going to die at the end of it.
That's not what the story was about, dude.
That's right. This was
The
about
story was
I still,
about.
man
I
going to
still
the
like
dark
this.
side.
This isn't.
And that's
this
what
is
he
the way
did. He
for
went
me.
to the dark side. He lost everything.
Look,
doing.
this movie. Okay, so every Sith has a reason for falling, and it's usually based on emotion. For Maul, it was anger. For Palpatine, it was power.
Power. Yeah.
For Anakin, it was despair. His whole life has been despair. He was a
Didn't want what
slave.
happened to his mom had to happen.
All right, let me just say this. When these movies came out, they were generally panned by everyone that saw them. These
Not me.
movies only got redeemed because of comic books,
2005. Sir.
books, and everything else.
See, I loved it. I was there when it came out.
Re-
with my
It was only
lightsaber.
redeemed
didn't
because
know-
of
I didn't
comic
know
books and
people hated
later
this movie.
stories later on about these characters.
That's
These
not true.
movies
I
were
like
not
this
good
movie.
when they came out. They're still
Didn't
not
tell that
good.
documentary.
Just my opinion. I won't change.
I
The acting
loved-
was horrible. Everything
I
was
loved
low.
this movie
Writing
from
was
the
bad.
start.
Just saying.
Okay,
I
first
loved
off,
this movie from the
From the
start.
first and
get-go, too.
foremost, you do not go to a Star movie experience. Okay, you're not going to get it. Okay, the dialogue in A New Hope was ass too. Okay,
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they even told him that, like Harrison Ford, George, we can't. People don't talk like this.
Yeah, he said you can write it, but you can't say it.
Yeah, he's multiple occasions. Every time he's like, George Lucas can't write dialogue. He can't direct it either, bro. Anyways, no, dude. From the moment go in this movie to the end, I don't even care. Like even the Darth Plagueis stuff. Come on, man.
I saw this movie a week ago. The re-release. I saw the re-release of this movie a week ago now.
I'm gonna
And
watch it when we're done.
this movie, 20 years on, has going to finally, in all totality, going to make about $50 million on a re-release of a movie you can watch for streaming prices. Okay, there's a reason why this movie does that.
Because Star Wars fans are rabid animals.
No, it's because this movie was an experience, bro.
Because
An experience. Oh, my God.
Obi-Wan had the high ground.
All right, but I mean, we're clearly upsetting our host with this movie. So let's move on. This is the way.
Let's move on.
Yeah, this is the way.
May the force be with you.
This is the way.
Consensus is this is the way. You don't win this time, Bruce.
If this is going, let's go to A. God damn it! I'm not taking that. That's the compromise.
What? Oh man, Bruce. I don't know if I can do tier list with you anymore, man. No, I'm kidding.
You know what? That's what I'm putting it back.
What's next?
All right. Ooh. One of my favorite Star Wars show. One of the most enjoyed shows. When people said we want new stories, we want new characters. We got new characters. We got new stories, and people still bitch. I didn't care. I enjoyed this. The Acolyte.
Loved it.
Loved this.
I
movie.
loved it.
This show. Loved this.
I loved
show.
it.
It was a great show.
It was good. I loved it. And
I
I'm
loved it. I
I'm
can't
not
say.
backing off my vote on this one. May the force be with you.
No,
That premiere fight in the last episode.
I mean, I'm
I
not
haven't
going to
seen
give
it.
I'm not going to give it the top billing, because
Bruce Palpatine.
maybe not even second top billing. But dude, they took a risk with this show, which was awesome. It was a deep cut forced lore dive. Which once again, I told you, if you want to get me into that in a Star Wars movie or TV show, that's how you get.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Brian. So you're saying that this was a deep lore cut into Star Wars lore that everyone has been waiting for?
Yes,
Lore and
because we
lore.
found out how Anakin was born.
Yeah. Well, you also. Oh, and I loved those arguments. Oh, well, it makes Anakin not special anymore. Fuck you.
Bullshit. That's literally what Darth Plagueis learns from those.
From that prototype. Yeah, and then you
Oh,
got the fucking. I
That's how they
marked
make
out
Anakin.
when. I marked
I
out
see
when
the
I
hiss
saw
in the
Pelagius
face.
when I
Bro,
saw
I'm like,
Pelagius
come on.
look around that corner, like, dude.
Dude, I know
Because
it's
I
not
knew who
canon,
that guy was,
but
man.
it's the best. But no, dude, that was the last show I talked about really on Bruce's channel.
And Quimir,
I know Dom wasn't a big fan of it, but I absolutely loved it.
Dom was a weird case because he was enjoying this.
There was parts of it that he liked. but
He
then there was,
enjoyed
like,
all of it until 2 weeks later he didn't enjoy it anymore.
Quimir,
After
till
it
he watched,
ended.
till he watched
I don't
the
know
review of somebody
why,
else.
but he didn't enjoy it after that.
the
saying.
stranger was a very interesting character. And I want to know more about him.
Yes, it's about time we get some beefcake in Star Wars. Just
Well,
saying.
dude, I want more of it, dude. It might not be called the Acolyte, which is
Yeah.
fine, but can
No.
I get a continuation of the characters? If they put it in a comic book, would you let me know? Because I'll read it. Okay. Like,
Yeah,
They are-
definitely.
They
They're
are.
working. They've actually put part of it in a comic. I'll let you know about it.
All right, so we're gonna put this as this is the way.
This is the way.
No, I'd say let go of the hate, just because it will be fair,
Yeah.
and it's not as
okay.
good as what's before it.
Yeah, like go to hate.
Let go of the hate.
Yeah.
It had its
Fine.
moments.
Take
Fine.
that, Sheev.
Hey, Bruce, I agree with you. I wanted
It's
to put
not
it
your
higher
fault I
too,
make persuasive arguments, okay?
Remind me next time I do a tier list to keep Brian off the panel.
I'll just,
And the most hated Star Wars movie of all time,
it's really not.
A Phantom Menace.
The best part of this movie is Duel of the Fates.
Oh, crap.
No, Duel of the Fates. It's good. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Maul. Great combat. I even like the pod race. However, the rest of this movie,
Bit long, but
a bit long.
Yeah.
I like Qui-Gon Jinn though as a character, so I can't shit on this movie completely. So
I'm going with you have failed me for the last time. The first time I watched it, I could not finish this movie. It was just bad. It was just
I saw
really
this movie
bad.
twice. My dad took our family to a midnight show of this movie, but the day before it was supposed to release, and then I went with my college friends, and we went in costume to this movie because this is the first fucking Star Wars movie in 20 years.
I took off work with my boss, and when we went to go see it in the middle of the day.
We actually put on a lightsaber battle for the audience that was sitting outside.
How many of you guys went and saw Meet Joe Black just for the trailer?
I did.
There were plenty that did.
Okay,
You know they had therapy for this, right?
Well, being born in 1983, I don't remember seeing Empire Strike or that I. So this is literally the first theater experience I ever had with Star Wars.
Oh,
okay.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't go see the
re-release,
new George Lucas high definition Star Wars released in theaters?
No,
I was about to say I did.
He retconned everything.
Dude,
Okay.
I grew up poor in the 90s, man. So like, even going to the theaters was like pushing it. But this came out when I was in high school. This is also the first DVD I ever owned. The special
same.
The bonus features for this, top notch, dude. Okay, how they made this movie is almost more interesting than the movie. Okay, but no, dude, it gave us that sweet ass Weird Al song. You know, the saga.
Oh, I mean, I gotta go this way because it was like it was special when it came out because nobody's. The only criticism I have of this movie are Jar Jar Binks and the midichlorian crap. But other than that, the fight with Ray Park and all those guys at the end is just top tier lightsaber battle. Qui-Gon sits in there and meditates for a minute, you know. Like you said, I'm not afraid of you. Like,
but
I like
but Qui-Gon the thing about Jar Jar though is that he was a very important character in the history of cinema.
I just didn't like him.
I know, I get it, man. He was goofy and totally a kid's character.
What is the new phrase these kids are using these days?
But I ask you,
he was
to watch,
jokey.
But please watch the documentary, the season 2 of Light and Magic. Okay, they actually get Ahmed Best on there to talk about what he went through, before, during, and after being the character. Like, yeah, dude, the poor guy, he was gonna jump off the Brooklyn Bridge,
Qui-Gon literally left his mother to die. He could have saved her too. There was no need for all that racing. Just get on my ship and let's go. What are they going to do? Chase the Jedi through space?
Jedi are just weird creepers
that
steal children.
Thank you. They are. They still children.
Saying soon I'm gonna be a Jedi, dude.
That's why Saul was a creeper.
Soon I'm gonna be a Jedi.
Battle Beyond the Stars, better than Star Wars.
Well, she was all right until she got kidnapped by sand people, I mean,
but dude, it was also a moment in time. Okay, like 1999, Star Wars was back, baby. They were on Pepsi cans. They were everywhere, dude. You go to a freaking fast food restaurant.
Awesome. Remember the pod racing game for N64?
Let's not forget these prequel trilogies.
Oh man, let's go.
Let's not forget these prequel trilogies are part of the reason that George Lucas gave up the franchise because he got
No,
so much hate
no,
from
no, no, no,
fans.
no, no, no.
Yes,
No, 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 no,
yes,
no, no, no,
yes,
no,
yes,
no, no. The whole
He
reason
got
he
so
got
much hate from fans. They hated these prequel trilogies, and he decided to let it go.
That's not
Okay,
true.
look,
That's a
he
big
did.
part of it.
That's part of it, sure. But that 4.9 billion was a good price tag too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he
And
was selling it before they offered him
and
that.
he said later on, yes, part of it was the fans, but part of it was also he had just had a new kid. He was getting older. He wanted
It's a
to be with his family.
generational thing, dude. I keep trying to tell you this shit. Star Wars
Yeah.
is generational. Okay. Your love of Star Wars starts the day you like it. Okay. And you have to translate that down to younger people. So, like, okay, of course they're not going to keep making Star Wars for you as you get older, which is
That's
nice
right.
because they're giving us some shows on occasion. But overall, Star Wars is and will always be for damn kids.
It's the same thing with comic books. When you got into collecting comic books, it's what you like the most.
Yes.
And that's
So
why I love 80s and 90s.
So, like, when we're on these panels, there's a lot of the people that we're on these panels with that absolutely love the prequels. Why? Because this is their first experience with Star Wars.
It's nostalgia.
And that's another thing that, like, the people who got shit on that made this movie, like the special effects people and all that crap, they're like, yeah, dude, we'll go to these things 20 years later now. And they're like, yeah, we love that movie. That was great. You did so good. You know, like, they actually brought those people back to Star Wars Celebration. Like, bringing Hayden Christensen back to Star Wars Celebration was a big thing.
I'm going to say this.
I marked out for that, dude. I thought that was cool. Like, Hayden Christensen coming back, that meant, hey, bro, regardless of how people felt about you then, and that made him quit acting too. Like, dude, how many movies was he in after that?
Both the love and the hate.
Jumper.
It wasn't like he was a good actor.
Hey guys.
Jumper,
both the
only
love,
one.
He's not that
Met his
badass.
wife. I guess
both
that's cool.
the love and the hate in the Star Wars community is all based around that little thing called nostalgia.
Uh-huh.
We have rose-colored glasses for the generation of Star Wars we come from. Okay.
Yes, and I've been here for all of the Star Wars, and I still
so have I.
dislike this movie. I still dislike this movie.
The
It has nothing to do when I started watching Star Wars, or this is the first or second movie I saw of Star Wars.
Here's the thing.
I still dislike this movie as a movie. Nostalgia has nothing to do with it for me. Just saying.
Here's the thing. This was the most planned out trilogy of the three. Okay. Lucas locked down everything on this. Now, we know that Lucas is not a good director. We know that Lucas is not great at writing dialogue, and that shows. But if you look at it, this was the most planned. People talk about he had a plan for the original trilogy. No. It's obvious he didn't have a plan for the original trilogy because he made the first movie not knowing whether he was going to make Luke and Leia brother and sister or not.
That's true.
Okay. I mean, in the Phantom, in Empire Strikes Back, the movie that everybody loves,
they didn't know if he was going to be his father or not.
His sister kisses him to make another guy jealous.
Well, he didn't even know if he was going to be able to make another movie after New Hope.
And they ended on that fact because, like Matt just said, they didn't even know if he was going to continue past Empire Strikes Back.
It could have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, both the love and the hate in the Star Wars community come from nostalgia. You put your rose-colored glasses on for the stuff that you love. Okay? But that's the cool thing about Star Wars right now, and this tier list proves it. There's a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of something for everybody here. And you can gravitate towards the Star Wars you love. Okay? I love the Starfighters and the Jedi Sith stuff. There are those of you who like the political intrigue stuff. There are those of you that like the more kiddie side of it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. There's love for there's a little bit of something for everyone in Star Wars. Why do we got to fight about it, man? Like, I remember talking about Star Wars when I was a kid with friends, and even though we didn't agree, just like on this panel tonight, we can discuss it and we can be civil about it.
Yep.
Why, if 6, 7 guys on a panel can talk about it and be civil, can't the rest of us? That's my question.
I didn't know people hated it overall until I saw that documentary, The People versus George Lucas.
Yeah.
Like,
and I would like to point out also, after the original Star Trek series and those movies in the 80s, people didn't want Next Generation either.
Oh, I know. They felt the same way about Picard.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so where are we putting this to end our Star Wars talk for the year?
Let go of the hate.
Let go of the hate, Bruce.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I've got a bad feeling about this for me.
I agree. But we're going with the majority. Let go of the hate.
Just for the mall, it's worth just putting it in like a.
Dude, the John Williams score alone. Come on, let's go.
And we have one last late entry. This is the grandmaster of all Star Wars films. Spaceballs.
May the force be motherfucking with you.
The best
Yeah, I
Star
agree.
Wars movie ever made.
No,
Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
no. It
Let's
doesn't
comb
hold
the
up.
desert.
We ain't
Yeah.
found
You guys see anything yet? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys?
I like where he's like,
Nothing.
who is the asshole in charge of aiming the guns?
No.
He's like, hey, sir, Lieutenant asshole, sir.
How many assholes I got on this ship anyhow? Sir, like the whole deck, just, sir.
It had Tim Russ on it, who played
yeah,
Tupac.
It's a great movie. It's
he's the one
hilarious.
combing the desert.
It doesn't hold up
My
though.
luggage is 1, 2,
It was
3.
very. It's like a Mel Brooks movie. It's very of the time it was made in.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of references and jokes that are well beyond not funny anymore. Like
It's still funny to me every time I watch it.
Terry
you know the
Floyd, yes, it
references.
is.
I like the
It's
part
like-
where he tells him, like, I'm your brother's sister's best friend's roommate. What's that make
Yeah.
us? Absolutely. nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
But it's also one of those
Ah.
movies that got quoted to death in my
Yeah.
set. And usually any movie for me personally that gets quoted to death, it's like, come on, man. And I get it. It's a popular movie to quote, you know. Pizza the Hut, you know. Yes, Princess Vespa was a smoke show.
Daphne Zwanga.
Oh,
Daphne's an egg.
before we finish up the show with our last 2 segments, I
That
would
was a lot.
like to
Oh, I
announce
got 2 more segments.
we got 2 more segments.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
God.
We have a giveaway for one lucky winner, a stack of 10 books.
All right. Let's go.
So hashtag blue milk. Hashtag blue milk,
You
guys.
should have
10
given them
comic
all
books.
one at a time.
And we're gonna go through these last 2
Because then
segments.
everybody could have won.
Heritage auctions. Flash 137, DC Comics, 1963, a CGC 9.4 white pages, sold for $3,840. There are currently 669 copies on the census. There are 9 6s, that being the highest grade. This is the first Silver Age appearance of Vandal Savage and second Silver Age appearance of the Justice Society of America.
Oh, so yeah, I watched this documentary called Electric Boogaloo. I suggest you watch it. It's about the Canon Film Studios.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
there we go.
I
Sorry,
love that.
forgot to bring you guys back. All right, then we have showcase number 6 from DC Comics 1957, a CGC 6.0 white pages sold for $1,980, 247 graded, 5 9.0s, 9.0 being the highest grade on the census. This is the origin first appearance of Challengers of the Unknown.
Look, guys, it's DC's Fantastic Four. They came out a week and a half before the original Fantastic Four.
I gotta
Not a
go,
week,
guys.
not a week and a half, 5, 6 years.
Oh, 6 years. Okay, 6 years.
5 years. Jack
5 years.
Kirby.
Jack Kirby. But like, look, it's a Fantastic Four before the Fantastic Four.
Then we have Fantastic 472 from 1968 Marvel, 9.4 white pages. Sold for $1,500. Classic Silver Surfer cover. There are 2,518 graded on the census. There are 5 9/8s. Jesus.
Speculation's precious.
Oh,
Did we lose Matt?
You're hitting the higher end there anyway.
Then we have Brave and the Bold, number 57, DC Comics 1965. CGC 9.0, white to white, off-white to white pages. Sold for $1,020. There are 670 graded on the census, 398's first appearance of Metamorpho.
Good book.
And so, well, yeah, first appearance of Metamorpho. Yes. Good book. Good book. Then we have Rip Hunter, Time Master, number 5
Yeah.
from DC Comics, from 1961, CGC 9.6, white pages, sold for $1,560, 36 graded on the census. There are 296s, and this is the last instant issue ever.
This is
Finally, a good
I mean-
DC book.
you're up there in rarefied air in terms of the census. So
Yep.
Mhm.
it's not all the Rip Hunter Time Master fans that are keeping that book at a high price. It's
Yoda's gardener.
I've seen him before.
I
On the
buy it.
other show.
It's not for droids. And that leads us to the. I got it. All right. And the final segment of the night.
Oh, very short.
FOC. These are books that are FOC. 5525. Get to your digital retailers and your LCS by tomorrow at midnight. First up,
FOC?
yes, FOC. Absolute Martian Manhunter number 3, the Panosian variant.
Okay.
Batman 160, the Lotto variant, connecting cover.
Oh, it's getting a lot of work.
The 1 in 25 Oliver
No way.
incentive. The 1 in 50 Inhuck Lee incentive. Then we have mashup covers.
Oh,
Flash
the
21,
everyone's a Superman cover.
I hate
Kirkman variant.
stupid gimmicks.
Batman 160, the Bermejo variant. Justice League Unlimited number 7, the Molina variant.
That's what I would get. One with all
Harley
of them.
Quinn 51, the March variant. I will get this Harley Quinn all day long.
No, that's an entirely fine.
I like Ian Marsh anyway as an artist.
I like the Molina.
Yeah,
I like that
They're
March
dumb.
variant. That's nice.
Saying your name be Gardener's Yoda. Then we have Green Arrow 24, the Lyrics Lee, which is LI, not LEE variant. Green Lantern 23, the Mark Spears variant. Superman 25, the Chew variant. Absolute Wonder Woman number 8, Stephanie Hans.
I'm going with the Chew because I like my Supergirl to have thighs. Like a little thick. Derek Chew knows how to give me thick thighs.
Then we have Harley Quinn 51, David Nakayama, the Nobovich. Then we have Peacemaker Presents Vigilante Eagle Lee, double feature number 3, the Nakayama, and Amanda Connor variant.
Yeah,
God.
they should have done that book as a one shot. There's no reason for that.
I like that he looks like Snake Eyes.
Hey, Gene.
Yeah.
Thick thighs saves lives.
Yes, they do.
Especially when it's cold.
Especially when they're hairy. Then we have DC
Wow.
Pride 2025 Soza Micah variant. The 1 in 25 Hughes incentive, not Adam. Daredevil 22, the Fawns variant. I like this.
That's Scott Hughes.
Yes.
There's-
Yeah, it's good.
Storm number 9, the 1 in 25 Decal. Somebody told me this was reused art. This cover was used before. I'm not sure,
Maybe with another character. Maybe an homage.
but I like it. With my eyes, I just have more flavor.
Ooh,
You got this. Then we have X-Men 17, the 1 in 50 Puppeteer Magic
Puppeteer
Virgin
Puppeteer League.
incentive.
Puppeteer League covers are crazy good.
Then we have all new Venom number 7, the 1 in 100 spoiler incentive.
God, that's a dumb fucking cover.
Oh, the wedding homage.
The wedding of Venom and Mary Jane. Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I might get that cover.
There's a trade dress. Gargoyles, Demona number 1, the Spears Virgin. Goddamn Tragedy number 1, the Little Tay variant. Then we have Bitterroot number 3, another green variant. He's doing covers, connecting, I believe. Dark on Honor number 1, the 1 in 10 Osseo incentive. The cover A is just the color version of this. Then we had Department of Truth 30, the 1 in 25 gain incentive. There was something about this I really liked.
Being a DC
And
person, I like
then we
the
have
awesome cover.
Gunslinger 43, the Randu variant. Gunslinger had some really good covers on it.
Oh, that's Gunslinger Spawn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Does Mark Spears sleep? No. Actually, he sleeps.
Not at night. Not at night.
He sleeps between the hours of 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day. Then we have, what do we have next? Then we have Mr. Terrific Year 1, number 1, cover A. Gerard's variant, Shayna variant, and the 1 in 25 Cohen incentive.
I was kind of disappointed in these. I wanted something better. I like Mr. Terrific.
The only one I really like is the Shayner out with the reflective. I like that one. Then we have Emma Frost, White Queen, number 1, cover A. The Jones variant, Yagawa variant, and the 1 in 100 Sway.
Oh God, that's such a bad cover. That face is so bad.
That fender is horrible.
He sleeps when Bruce allows it. What the hell? Yeah. There were a lot of other covers, and these were the best of the best. Then we have Godzilla versus Avengers, cover A, Okazaki, foil variant, Garbage variant, and the 1 in 100 Arita Virgin variant incentive with Jet Jaguar. Hopefully all these are the end of Godzilla. Well, Godzilla fights everyone. Like, someone is copying an art copying an art germ.
Coping in art germ.
I think you mean copying.
Yeah, I think he means copying. Arita variant looks dope. It does. And there's a trade dress, so you don't have to spend $100 for it. And we're gonna get to the giveaway.
The end of the show.
Yes, at the end of the show. Giveaway books are Big Rig, Godzilla, All In, Brian LCS's Kickstarter, The Doctor, High Republic number 7, Star Wars Adventures number 2, Darth Vader 49, and a signed copy of Star Wars number 1 by Cassidy.
By who? Oh, Cassidy.
Cassidy.
The book that has more covers than any book ever. Star Wars. That's Star Wars 1.
Yeah. Oh, and Mega Man number 1.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop out, Bruce.
All right.
I'm starting to get tired, so
Later, buddy.
it's been a day. See you guys later. Nice to see you.
Bye, Thade.
Okay.
Nice
All
to
right.
see you, Brian.
Later, buddy.
And the winner of the Star Wars May the 4th Be With You giveaway is Brian Masterman. You know the policy, Brian.
Oh, it's ass. Anywho,
How about someone that's been here the whole night interacting?
yeah, give it to him. Sounds good.
Big Jeff. We're gonna give it to you, Big Jeff. You have been interacting all night. So we'll give it to you. Just hit me up on Instagram and I will send it to you, buddy. So tomorrow night we will be back with Monday Madness, regular movie and news and rumors. And be back next week with Comic Book Show. Check out The Qualified on Friday. Check out Doctor Who.
Sexy Star Wars covers this Friday. That's what we're doing.
on.
Sexy Star Wars covers.
Check out Doctor Who. I can't think right now. New to Who.
New to Who.
On Sticks Boy 73's channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we will. Wow. Thank you. The first time I ever won anything on YouTube. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Congrats.
And we are done with Star Wars for the rest of the year.